Hello everyone, or no one at all. Welcome to Minor Illusion and our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign in the dangerous and magical world of Eretz Nakash. We are all set for session 17. We're glad you joined us. I need to get some music going, I just realized. And before we start, as always, want to give a shout out to Syrinscape. They are who I use for the music that you hear in the background, the sound effects that you hear in the background. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. They've got a great product, and I know you'll be pleased with it if you give them a try. So, we all good to get going?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. Let's begin with a recap. Excuse me. Previously in Eretz Nakash, you explored the remainder of the dungeon, making short work of a handful of zombies in the process. And yes, the music will start here in a second.
App crash. Nope. There it is.
As I was saying, making your way back to the entrance, you found and released the golden elf specter, or whatever it is, and watched it as it flew rapidly to the south-southwest toward Elestria. Then, packing the kobold chieftain's head and the ears of the other kobolds into your bag of holding, you set off for Elestria yourselves to report on what you had discovered since leaving the city over 2 weeks before. At camp, the first night out, you managed to identify some more items you had found, and Morzza was visited by a now familiar box of cards glowing with purple light, and he received a boon in the form of a healing potion. And as you woke up the next day, the 16th day of the month, you all hit level 4, and you spent some time strengthening up, discovering new abilities and learning new spells before setting off again. And as you were drawing near the end of your travels for that day, you were approached by a pair of Regiment soldiers who inquired as to your purpose in being out on one of the roads that the king had declared closed, for now anyway, to travel. As you were talking with the one named Crenshaw, his lieutenant rode up with the rest of the patrol, and after showing him your permit and the head of the kobold chieftain, he decided to escort you back to Elestria to inform the king what you had discovered. We left you finishing off the last bit of travel for that day, and as we join tonight, you have now stopped for the day and are making camp. Incidentally, Thaèndrys, along the way in this traveling now with this patrol, you have had to use disguise self one more time, and as camp is being made, it's going to wear off in about 15 minutes. With all of that said, what would you like to do?
Well, the king's not here yet, so we can't really attack him.
I suppose we do our own, like,
We'll have our own
watches.
Watch. Yeah, same watches for us.
You do have a reminder, you did manage to come away from your exploration with a couple of tents. They sleep 2, so there's not enough. Well, there's enough for those who are sleeping if 2 are staying on watch.
Sleep under the moon only.
You'd thank me for those tents.
I don't use tents.
8 tents. I destroy the 2 tents.
Toss her in the fire. Did he lose his inspiration if we toss him in the fire?
Yeah, I think we should.
What inspiration? You know what? I'll use my inspiration to stop you from doing that. I just have a
I
feeling
might
you're
actually
gonna
go to sleep.
Here we go.
This is a different sound.
You know, I kind of have a feeling this
Have
is
you
going to be
used
an
it before?
attack tonight.
I've used similar ones before.
To the gibbering mouthers.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I've had a
Maybe
campfire
I'll play
on
that.
before,
And play the
but
music, 'cause they did.
I haven't used them in a while.
Ooh, that's a roaring fire. I can feel the heat from over here.
Someone just threw another log on the fire. Right there.
Another tent.
Wow, these tents burn quick.
Yeah. It's good.
That's what I call a campfire.
I want to
Random romancing the stone
You
reference.
know that reference?
No, I didn't catch that.
That's what I call a campfire.
That movie is a D&D campaign right there. You could make a campaign out of that movie.
I want to try to talk to that captain guy. Ask him what he thinks of kobolds returning.
Kobolds.
Kobolds. sorry.
Kobolds. Cobalt. Like,
Cobalt,
I'd like to ask what he
cobalt.
thinks about the metal cobalt.
It's my favorite element.
It would be.
Okay, you want to talk to the lieutenant.
Not
Yes.
Crenshaw.
Lieutenant Fairmont.
Yes.
Is there like a beat?
There's bugs that have been drawn to the fire. You know, it's spring's getting on a little bit now, and the bugs are back
Are
out.
they flying right into it? Like,
You know what bugs are like. You've been around campfires before.
yeah, they don't
They
come
fly
near the
all around.
smoke.
The June bugs do.
Bugs are drawn to light. This
Yeah,
is
you
just
can flip the bug noise off.
this is bug 101. Oh no! Just for that, I'm turning up the bug noise.
The faders and stuff.
There, I
We
just
camped right
I just
under a
turned it
hornet.
up.
We just camped right under a hornet nest.
Sounds like the poop and don't starve. When you get close enough to it.
It does kind of. Okay, and what do you want to ask him?
What he thinks about kobolds.
Cobalt.
Kobold.
Kobold?
D, it's a
Yeah.
D. Kobold.
Kobold.
What does he think about the kobolds returning?
And also, what are his opinions on Cobalt while he's at it?
Kobolds?
Yeah, ish. You got it close.
I mean, unless you want to have a lengthier conversation, he doesn't know what to think. I mean, when you showed him that, he was startled by it because, like you guys, he knows what they are, but again, it's just common knowledge that they're not in existence in the land.
They're in some relation to dragons as some sort, right?
Yeah.
Dragon spawn or something. Like there's some relation, right, between them.
Well, it's known that in ages past, they served.
Served,
They were
yeah.
often used as servants of dragons. Yes, that's known. But no one has seen one for ages. They're myth. They're mythological creatures that
They're
don't
legend.
exist. Yeah.
I thought maybe he might have heard the rumors of something else going on or other strange things.
Not beyond the problems with merchants not arriving and people being just disappearing on the road.
These
and
problems
not
only
being
ever
there.
occurred on the road that was north and the road that was east, right?
The king in his speech, as a refresher to us all,
It was only a few episodes ago, I think.
yeah, he mentioned merchant caravans that they know have been on the road and disappeared because they know they left Kist, the city to the east. And he also mentioned disappearances in the north. So those were two things, not necessarily identical things, but still to the north towards like 2 or 3 smaller towns up that way.
So as far as,
Where you guys crossed the road, to get to the last dungeon you were in, there were towns up north of you that you weren't that far north.
so as far as he knows, everything else is tip top.
Nothing new, but
Yeah.
folks are on edge about it, and now it's been how many days?
Remember 2
That
weeks?
was like 2 weeks, I think, so we've been going.
How many is
2 weeks. Well, remember, a week is 6 days in this world.
What?
And
What kind of world is this?
yeah, and it's
I don't like that.
Crazy.
I can do whatever I want with my world. It is, what is today?
12 days.
Today,
It's like a negative big.
Kicked a lot of butt in 12 days, tell you what.
It's been more than that. It's been
Yeah.
like 14 days.
It's almost like it's been 2 weeks.
it's the 16th day.
Well, it feels.
It's actually been almost three. It's been almost 3 weeks. It's the 16th day. So you left on the 2nd. It's now the 16th. The 18th is the last day of this week.
We definitely
Alright, I'm going
need
to sleep
get
then.
rations.
Okay, so they're going to set up a watch as well.
Yeah, we're having our watch though.
Yeah,
They're
I
having their own watch, and
I assume watching would be like a little ways
We're going
away
to set
from
up a
there.
separate watch to watch their watch.
that's fine. You can set up a little bit away from them.
Obviously, I want to be like away from them too because I don't want to have to keep casting the spell for.
Right. And so when you're, I mean, are you just staying away from? Cause, so there's firelight that's illuminating things, and everybody's kind of around that. Are you just going to be off somewhere
Yeah,
else?
Kind of be out in the shadows. A little
In the
bit.
tent? Is it off somewhere else
Yeah.
too? Okay. Alright. So, remember my...
And I think I have a hood, and I'll be wearing that like when we're in the daytime. If we're
Yeah.
walking behind them, whatever. Obviously, the hood's just going to be up the whole time, so I hopefully don't have to cast the spell. Just kind of stay back, head
Okay.
down.
Okay. Yeah, and just as a reminder too, now you don't know for sure...
I mean, I can cast. Like,
Well, you don't. I'm just saying you don't know what the weather will be, but as it's clearer and sunnier,
Yeah.
you're feeling it. Right? You're weaker. You know, so just keep that.
I'm not weak.
I'm just gonna be, as I'm traveling, just hitting brush with my stick like nonstop, being as obnoxious as possible.
on the
on the
road.
road.
On the road.
You can drag your
Just drag your
staff.
stick behind you the whole way.
Just like hitting around on stuff.
How you guys doing?
You can kick rocks at people in front of you.
monk.
So we're doing the
Okay,
same watch.
so they settle in. They settle in early with the campfire. Set up, post up their watches. You guys are posting up yours. First watch is Farryn and Taèlios.
They get killed immediately.
So go ahead and
Jones will probably take the reins.
During my watch, I want to kind of like wander a little bit, and I want to try to
Open
see if I
all
can
that.
hear any noises that they're. Also, precursor to this, I'm going to take my armor off so that if I'm needing to make stealth checks while I wander around a little bit, that I can make them with advantage.
okay.
So I just want to kind of wander around. Also, I want to listen to see if I can hear them talking about anything or
Okay.
as we wander.
They don't know nothing, I already asked.
So are you guys all kind of off? So they set up a fire. They, they made a fire. They're around it, but they left space. For you guys, they're not like hostile towards you. They just don't know you, and
Yeah.
the soldiers, they're just kind of following orders right now.
Yeah, we would be a
I
separate.
would sit with
But
them.
the lieutenant has been friendly.
too.
Why
You want to
not?
be like right next to them.
Yeah, go talk to them. I already tried to. They're good guys.
But you were going to try to kill King. Like, what's going?
Well, they don't know that. So I want to be with them. You can go wander off if you want.
Okay.
We're just
You're-
in our tent.
Are you just
I'll
going to
just
go
be
off
wandering.
like you're
Yeah, just
kind of
wander
just
around a little bit.
yeah
I'll be with Taèlios.
sleeping? You mean you're
Yeah,
up
but-
close to the fire?
Sitting around the fire.
Oh well, I'm talking about the watches right now.
Yeah, you're
So
sleeping right
You're
now.
heading. Yeah. So this is.
Yeah. For the watch, I'll be wandering out around.
If there are conversations you want to have before it comes time for the watches, that's fine. That's what you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So I already had my conversation that I wanted to have.
okay.
I don't have another.
Well, I mean, like, how is his family doing? What's his wife's name?
I'll
How
ask,
many kids does he have?
You
I'm not
can
married.
you can ask him if there's any war elephants around and
When's your birthday?
You can ask him if his front door swings inward or outward.
Yes.
by the way, we could ask them if they. I mean, we could technically ask them
Make
if
sure
they
to
see
let
any,
them know,
like,
too, that you
ghosts
have
or
dark
something.
vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't even really need to set up a watch because Taèlios has dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How long
you
has he
can-
been in the service for? No, this is like a serious question.
How long has he been in?
Yeah.
7 years.
Just 7?
7.
He's a lieutenant already.
Yep.
Wow. What makes you so special?
Faithful service.
Fair enough.
We asked them if anything's odd been going around, like
You
in
already
the
asked
castle.
that. He
Well,
just
in the
asked
castle. I'm saying
So what
in
do
the
you think
castle.
about these kobolds?
that. I think I know the episode title.
I'm saying in like the
Yeah,
castle.
anti-inspiration.
I'm saying it like the castle because we saw those like ghosts going
like,
towards the
black
castle.
with
Don't say anything at the like.
That's
like,
actually a
would've-
fair
He
fair
would've
question.
I asked him if anything.
No, you asked at the.
Ask him
the-
specifically about
Have you seen any ghost elves?
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. No, we're not saying that.
That's what it is.
I tackle him and saw him saying that. We say.
You don't know he's gonna say that.
Shut up, Taèlios.
We say. Have you seen anything odd happen? Wait.
In
What?
the sky, for example, like
Yeah,
shimmering lights or
Anything like that.
Random people floating in the sky, you know,
Or
like the
anything-
usual.
He would have said this when I was
Wait.
asking him this
No,
question.
maybe
we
not.
also say or anything in the castle or whatever place it is, whatever place it's called. I can't remember what it's called. In
The palace, the
Yeah.
royal palace.
Yeah. we asked them that. I'm asking it, so you can't tell them that. It's just me.
Well, okay. So if you, are you asking just generically about anything going on in the city or the palace?
Yeah, anything like odd or anything like that going on around in that palace and stuff like that.
He's chewing on some food as you say that, and he kind of stops chewing and looks at you and says, "Not that I know of. Why do you ask?"
I'll pitch in here and say we saw some sort of shimmering spectral lights fly off towards the castle at some point, like when we exited the kobold lair, and we didn't know exactly if they were heading towards the castle or somewhere else. We didn't know what they were.
He looks at the pair. That
Like maybe the
rode-
guards on the walls would have seen
the
something.
pair that rode up that you first encountered are sitting to his left. There with the one that you talked to first, sitting next to him, and they kind of look at each other. And the one who you first encountered, Crenshaw, kind of raises his eyebrows and looks at the other one whose name you don't know at this point. And the other one kind of goes. He kind of looks at him, and they look back at each other. And Crenshaw says, "Lights in the sky, huh?"
We've seen crazier things. We have kobolds.
The lieutenant says, "He's got a point there, Crenshaw. Who would have thought kobolds? Describe these lights."
I guess we'll just kind of describe the color, the bronzish hue, and they were sort of like humanoid-esque figures.
Humanoid lights in the sky?
We didn't know what they were either.
So at this point, you're not saying anything about seeing them in the dungeon. Are you saying all
Not
of
yet.
that?
No.
Yeah,
No.
you're just okay. He says, "Boys, you see anything?" "No, I didn't see anything." "I didn't see anything. I don't know anything about it. There
Interesting.
might be one other thing to mention when we get you there.
Could be.
Or, well, maybe not.
Yeah.
Depends on how crazy you want to say this."
Sound crazy enough, just the kobolds.
I'm gonna play some dice with some of the soldiers. I'll pull out my bone dice and I'll be like, you guys wanna play some dice?
All right. Oh, yeah, they definitely take you up on that.
We gamble.
Sure. Yeah, sure. You can.
My guy's got a lot of gold. He's a DO.
Would you have like
You
sleight
can
of hand
get
or
it.
anything?
I'm not cheating. So how would you do that then?
Well, there's a game you could play that would involve.
Why are we doing this instead of sleeping?
It's so important. You
He
give
can do
it
it on
to
his
God.
watch.
Get 3 6-sided dice.
I think you guys give me the good
Don't-
luck
don't
ones.
This
my
one's
dice.
good.
I'm
Watch
doing
us,
all
watch us,
115
Steven, watch us.
gold.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
So this is a one-on-one game here. Okay, that one of them takes you up on.
We'll do.
And so there's an opening. There's an opening bet
Okay.
of what do you want it to be.
I'll,
I'll let you decide this. Keep in mind these are soldiers.
We're gonna raise
1,000
They
background.
have. I'm just saying they haven't just been in dungeons finding treasure, but
They have
I'll
it.
be like 5 gold. They have
That's
5 gold?
excessive.
They don't have 5 gold. This is a
for
four
a
set.
soldier out on patrol,
one gold is
We'll do
probably
like we'll
max.
do 2 gold.
I mean, that you know enough from what you've heard and even from the speech, actually, though you probably don't remember it, that you make a pretty good living being a soldier in Beauregard. However, it's not like they'd be carrying all kinds of wealth with them out on patrol.
Is 2 gold or 1 like that? Is that too much?
1 would be the cap.
We'll do 1 then.
One would be the cap, and if you go beyond that, because there are going to be other bets along the way, soldiers would typically deal in silver probably in a case like this. If you were in a tavern, it might be different.
How much silver? In a
I
day?
have 36 right now, so
Enough.
I'm just
You
using
know,
what's on me.
How much
Not
do you have on us?
No, how much silver in 1 gold piece?
10.
10?
This is
There
so
you go.
so I'll do 10, 30. I have 36. How much is a good start off? 15.
That's a gold and a half.
Silver
You
just
said
for
10
that.
silver.
So the
and
5
1
silver
gold.
then, I guess.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
more like it. Yeah. Okay, so
You're not getting anything.
that's fine. He takes you up on that opening bet of 5 silver. You're going to roll 3 6-sided dice,
Don't let him sit.
and you're going to be able to, after you roll this, there will be another bet. And then after that, you're going to be able to
If he
pick.
sees it, he's gonna know.
You're going to be. He hasn't rolled
No
yet.
what?
I know, but he's going to.
You're going to be able to pick any of them you want to re-roll.
Out of the 6 I rolled.
We just go like this.
Out of
You're going to roll
3
3.
Okay. So okay.
So
The 6.
you're gonna. It's gonna
I think
be.
we rolled-
It's
I
gonna
think
be a
we rolled
bet
2
based
times.
on your original roll. Then you're gonna be able to re-roll and
Yeah.
place another bet.
You want?
And that last bet would be the final bet, and you're basically going for the high total.
What happens if I'm proficient
High
in
total?
dice? Does that do anything for me?
Yeah, you're better at rolling.
You don't want to do like straights and stuff like that. That's what they did in Critical Role.
This is a simple game that the soldiers are playing.
Okay. Well, I
Right.
guess
So
it doesn't matter.
just roll.
Huh?
Just roll then for that first bet.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, not
These
re-roll it.
these are actually pretty good.
Okay. Based on those dice, you'll get first bet. On the next one, he'll get first bet.
All right. So raise another 5 silver.
5 silver. He'll call that. So essentially, there's a gold on the line right now. Okay, re-roll what you want to.
If I don't have to do that
You
though.
don't have to. You're not re-rolling.
I win.
I'm not re-rolling.
Okay.
You can re-roll
He
one.
re-rolls 2.
He rolled 2 dice.
Okay. So then doesn't he get bet first?
He does. He's gonna bet 3 silver.
I'll do that.
Okay.
So now it's up to
One
13.
A gold and 3 silver.
All right.
13 silver.
There's no way this guy's
We're
winning.
gonna be rich.
Good. Call
Yeah.
it there.
Yep.
All right. What do you got?
6, 5, 4.
You win. I've got a total of 10 here.
Oh my god.
Why do we have an adventure? We could do this all the time.
So I get an extra 8 silver, right? Because I use 5 of my own.
You used
No,
13
you,
of your own.
you put in 13.
Oh,
You put in 13.
so I get-
so
I
you
guess I
just-
get
you
13.
an extra 13.
Yeah.
Man, what a good,
49 silver.
what a
Let's
good
go.
gamble. We wasted 5
But I know if
minutes of gameplay just to gamble.
Yeah, if we do it like this at a rate of 5 silver per 10 minutes, we should be able to.
Look at that. Rolled 6.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 5.
We see what
You
pretty.
can what?
All three of these dice are pretty good. 4, 5, 6.
You could do that. They'd welcome that.
Straight.
Might give you some more money.
You gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Nyx pulls out her. You've got 3
Lyre.
instruments with the
Lyre.
lyre. Okay.
What's the song gonna be? You gotta sing it.
All right.
That's the favorite instrument.
I'm bored. I wander off.
Well, you're proficient in
I
in
can bang
3,
his head off.
but that's your favorite one. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you pull it out and start to play, and they're out on the road and tired, and anything's probably going to sound good to them. So with that in mind, and I'll let you go ahead and roll a performance check with advantage.
A bit of performance.
They're going to be easy to impress.
I wish I still had my
Roll
hand
it.
flute.
Yeah.
Why do you lose it?
He erased it off my
You said with
sheet.
advantage roll again.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. Right there, pan flute.
So
It's gone.
15?
15. Did you add your?
Yeah, 15.
Wow,
Six.
you just rolled really bad.
So roll a 9 and a 3.
Oh, really? I thought I saw a double digit there
No.
on one of
That was
them.
9 and 3.
Okay. So 15 total?
Yeah.
All right. They love it. Whatever it is you played, they love it. Yeah, they're very appreciative.
No tips or anything like that.
This is not a street corner with a hat out.
Why are we
Box.
trying to make money off of guards
This
that
is
are
such a
like
waste
way
of time.
poorer
We're
than
going to
us?
sleep. We're going to sleep. No,
I wasn't trying to make fun
if anybody says something, my guy runs at them
They
and
don't
tackles
even know
them
what's
to
in
the
our
ground.
bag of holding, but there's way more money in there than they could ever dream of.
Here, just I'll throw at Nick's the ears that we have of the kobolds. I'll throw ears at.
Until they stop, till they go sleep.
Making it rain ears.
Yep.
That might have a really nice bounty on it.
Yeah, we're not throwing ears.
What's the-
First
what's
off,
the-
they're in my pack, so
They're actually in my pack.
Okay, anything else that anyone would like to do before?
yeah, I
it
want to do
becomes-
a watch.
I'm about to do another game
No,
of dice.
no, we're not. My guy tackles them to the ground and makes them fall asleep.
Someone cast
I don't
sleep
know.
on them.
I don't know sleep, but I'm gonna learn it so I can cast.
All right, Taylor,
I cast it on everyone.
First watch here. Let's go. There's nothing to
What, are we
do.
rolling initiative?
Okay.
We spar.
Make your each of you make a perception check.
Ooh,
That was a nice roll.
9.
17.
Okay.
Also, remember, I'm kind of like wandering.
That's
around
right.
the
Now,
castle.
are you trying to? Okay, so I'll say this: your watch goes without incident
Yeah.
in terms of that. But are you trying to be? Are you trying to be unseen?
Yes.
Like, so you're trying to, and keeping in mind that. Okay, so this is not sitting around the fire anymore. It's just you want to kind of spy on the whoever they have on watch right now.
Just listen.
Once others have gone to
Just
bed.
listen what conversations are going on, and
Okay, so make a stealth check.
because I have the cloak, I have advantage. My armor is off,
Okay.
so I have advantage on stealth checks.
Okay.
That'll be a 1 and a 2.
First roll is 22.
Terrible.
22 is going to be the high.
Okay. And they make perception checks.
They have disadvantage on perception checks to see me.
Yep.
How many are on watch? Do they do 2?
Yes.
I
Got
got
two
2.
people on watch.
And I'm contributing at first to the goals in that game you played.
It's disadvantage in terms of sight
Then
because of
dis-
the
yes,
cloak
Because of the
or
cloak.
the robe or whatever it was.
Because of the
Cloak
cloak.
of Elven Kind.
Yes.
Okay. So you get in close enough to hear, and they're talking quietly amongst themselves. Mostly, what you hear is conversation that has to do with you all, and what you've shown them, what you showed the lieutenant, and they were all there to see. Conversation about what it means. What do you think's going on? Do you trust them? I don't know. Lieutenant seems to, and stuff like that. That kind of conversation. You don't hear anything devious, but at one point during their conversation, you crunch a leaf, a dry leaf, and they stop and look, or one of them does. One of them looks while the other one's still talking, and looks in your direction, and you can see him kind of panning around. And then he turns back and keeps having the conversation.
You see that Dragonborn?
Not
That
even-
guy was massive.
Not even close.
Which Dragonborn? That's 3 of us.
That guy's bigger than that guy.
No, he's not. He's got
But in the
3
midst
right
of
now.
that, so you're able to get in and get out
You can see
unnoticed,
that.
and the type of conversation you hear is along those lines. Just kind of trying to process who you guys are. They don't know anything about you guys, and all of a sudden these strangers show up with a kobold head and ears, and they're trying to make heads or tails of it, and they can't. And so they're just talking about
They're trying
that.
to make heads of our
And they
kobold
express some doubts. They express that it might turn out that you guys aren't at all what you're claiming to be, and it's like listening to people talk in a barber shop, where they just know everything,
What
and,
is
and when
this barber?
I'm
shop
talking to
is-
you now. You don't think people cut their hair in a world like this?
Probably not called a barber shop.
What do they think about Cassius Clay?
You must be out your. Joe Lewis is 75 years old. What the fuck? I don't know how he was, but yeah, well,
All right. I'm good then.
All right. Okay, so your watch ends, and you wake up Thaèndrys and Morzza. Anything besides doing your watch that you guys want to do?
I'll just be out of the campfire, out of the firelight.
Out of the light?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like wandering around. I'll just be sitting out watching outside the firelight.
I'll sit there at full height, staring at the other 2 guards on the watch.
He's gonna watch the guards.
I like pull out my shoulder, see how big I am. I'll just sit there watching them.
So
Cut a tree
on
down
your
too.
watch, you're going to watch the others that are
Well,
on
as
watch.
I'm go watch, I'll be like staring at them.
You're not going to talk with them or anything? You're just going to...
So I guess I will talk to them.
Okay, so are you...
I'm just gonna sit at the campfire so everyone can see that I'm there guarding.
Okay. Okay. Perception. Morzza and Thaèndrys, perception.
Oh yeah.
Is that 20?
That's 8.
No. Not even close.
What do you got?
8.
20.
20? Okay. You hear nothing other than the sound of the crackling fire and a few bugs buzzing around. That timing.
It's the hornet nest again.
Sounds more like a mosquito than a hornet or a wasp.
It's a big mosquito.
Must be from Australia.
Okay, anything else on your watch then you want to do?
Nope.
You two? Nope. Alright. Third and final watch, Zeldreth and Nyx. Anything you guys want to do besides just your normal duties on watch?
I might talk to them a little bit. Like, I'm actually kind of curious. Have they ever gotten attacked on this road? Like, have they gotten attacked like recently on this road? Like when this strange stuff started to happen.
He says no. They say no. There have been some other patrols. Well, no. There wouldn't have been other patrols that got attacked. They've had encounters before. They've dealt with orcs before. Occasionally hobgoblins. But usually it's if they run into anything, it's orcs or some other wild creature. And that if they go west toward the swamp, then all bets are off. There's all kinds of things they can encounter over there.
Let's go to the swamp.
Yeah, I gotta really doing that. We get XP farm right there.
They've seen bullywugs over by the swamp. They've seen alligators over by the swamp.
What about
Bullywugs?
Bullywugs? You would know what bullywugs are. They're kind of humanoid-ish, but kind of frog-like creatures. Small, green, slimy creatures that inhabit areas like that. You would have heard of them before. Would you have seen one before? Probably not, but you've heard of them.
Hey, that was the thing who attacked my dad in the water.
Well, from what you know of bullywugs, doubtful.
Well, Maya is also gonna hang around the fire because he can't see in night, so he's gonna hang around the fire.
Okay. All right.
A better way to ruin your night vision by hanging around.
Well, that's what you normally do. You sit on the outskirts of the firelight and look outward. That's what they're doing.
I don't have night vision, so I can't do that.
Well, they don't either. They're just...
Exactly. So I'm saying I can't really be out in the night because then I can just get a surprise attack.
You kind of sit in that dim
Really, it's not
area
that
and
different
look outward.
from
Yeah.
normal.
Nyx, anything else for the night? Just on watch. Okay. Strumming the lyre, maybe just a little bit lightly. Some sleeping music.
I'm trying to sleep over here.
Shut your trapping! All right, perception checks, you two.
For this 20. Basically. I don't get the highest.
What do you got?
21.
Good one.
21.
Oh, how
I
about
should have
that?
the highest of perception plus 3.
Well, you guys stay alert throughout your watch, but there's nothing to see and nothing to hear other than the normal night noises. Animals here and there, but nothing noteworthy. And the sun begins to rise on a new day. Normally, you are up this last watch, aren't you?
And me.
You are too. That's
Yeah,
right.
we have 4 people.
So fine for you. I'm not terribly concerned about what you did unless you want to tell me something. But I'm asking you specifically as the sun comes up.
I would have gone back into the tent for the last before this one, I think.
Okay, you would have just stayed in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So as the day dawns and everybody's grabbing food, packing up tents and gear and stuff, are you gonna? What do you just tell me? Tell me what you're doing. I want to know. I want to know your strategy.
My strategy is just to kind of stay away from them and like I'll pack up our stuff, but
Okay.
kind of stay away from them. And if they were to like come over, then I would cast the spell. Yeah, hood up.
Hood up, covered. Okay. Okay. So after a brief time, maybe half hour, 45 minutes, getting up and ready to go, they're up on their horses. Nyx maybe is up on your horse and
I'm on a horse.
ready to take off down the road. Okay, they send a couple riders up ahead just to scout, as they did when they came across you guys in the first place, and so you start a new day of travel, which would be the 17th day of the month now, and it's the next day that they've said you will arrive back at the city. So
Let's book it.
So you've got a day of travel, and I will just go ahead and tell you that nothing happens that day, as I just rolled for it, unless there's something you want to try to do or say or anything during the day of travel. You've got a day on the road ahead of you.
I just want a small talk with the lieutenant.
I'll be
Okay.
playing strumming my lyre.
Okay.
Maybe I'm riding the horse
Easy
with him.
enough sitting up on the horse.
I didn't talk to him.
It's
Like on his horse?
appreciated.
Caleb, I'll be in my room making the noise, pretending the noises.
Did someone just say I'm on a horse? Because they should.
I did.
A little
Okay.
while,
I
little
did
while
earlier.
back you did.
Yeah, I said
Okay.
it.
I'll just be talking to them.
I'll be in my room, pretending I'm making no noise, pretending I don't exist.
Right you are.
Okay. Anything in particular about the small talk?
No.
Okay. As you're talking, he asks you about your friend back there.
Which one? I don't have any.
Only acquaintances.
About him?
The one who keeps away from us. Keeps his hood up.
Just kind of a loner. He's a good guy though.
I'll take your word on that. Seems secretive. I've noticed. Keeps his distance. Stays hidden.
Mm-hmm.
My guy's up there and says, I wonder why.
Alright. Well, he says, well, I've known that type. Wizards, usually. Anything else?
Just ghost him, like.
Oh yeah, I don't have to talk about him a whole lot. You can go ask him himself if you wanted to.
He says, well, I just didn't know if there's a reason I should be giving him space after whatever it is you all have been through.
That'd be a good idea. We've been through a lot.
Alright.
Yeah, I had to carry us through the mummy fight pretty hard, so.
Because he froze me, that dumb mummy.
I restrained that
Didn't get to
mummy.
finish him off.
That's what.
Well, I'll leave it to the king to get to the bottom of that then, if there's anything to get to the bottom of.
Fair enough.
I just need to get you back there safely.
Or the other way around.
Honestly, I feel like depending on how many guards there are, we could kill them all. Kill them all probably.
Why are you trying to kill guards?
There's
Did you see his intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
there's 8 plus the
No,
lieutenant.
I'm saying when we were at the castle, like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's not guarded at all.
No, but I'm saying they're kind of weak compared to us.
You don't know that.
No.
They could be
They
level
probably
20
have-
fighters.
They probably have like 5 HP.
Yes, they have kobolds for
Yeah.
guards.
They don't have 5 HP.
Okay,
I told him,
full day
"Keep
passes.
watching. Keep watching.
Yep.
Full day passes. Same routine at night. They do keep their distance from you, but you all can see that there's a curiosity building now among
Of this guy?
of the soldiers. Especially if you remaining hooded the whole time, or are you ever going to change into
Maybe occasionally I'll like.
because
I'll-
there are stops along,
Yeah.
you don't just travel non-stop. You,
When
you
we
stop
when
for
we
rest.
stop for
I do.
rest, I will like cast my illusion spell and then like take
I'm
that off
dead
again.
sprint the whole
For a
time.
little while. But obviously, I'm not a huge fan of the sun.
You're taking the
Right.
sprint action on
So
every
you-
single turn.
That's a first level
back
spell,
to the
right?
castle.
Disguise self. And how many of those do you have a day?
I have 4 first level and 3 second level.
Okay.
So I can cast it 7 hours.
That would easily cover like the breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Although it's just an hour at a
It's
time,
an hour at a time.
right?
Yeah, but if we're walking for an hour,
you don't
then
take
usually-
you take one long break, around the, kind of for a lunch or whatever. Other than that, every now and then, stop for, nature calls or whatever. Just short stops along the way.
And listen for nature.
Yep.
By the way, do we assume they're curious about him?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He
You don't
actually-
assume it. You know it. There's chatter about it. The lieutenant isn't the only one who noticed how he kind of hangs back and stays, mysterious and concealed.
But the real question is, does my guy know it? He's not
No, he
intelligent.
doesn't. He's not intelligent.
He probably doesn't notice that.
That's-
Curious at
Okay,
all.
so what's your intelligence?
A 9.
Okay, keep in mind 10 is average intelligence, so 9 isn't stupid.
Oh.
Okay,
This is
so
kind of
That's
stupid.
fun.
Some is
fun.
kind of stupid.
yeah.
It's more fun to act like he's stupid though.
Yeah.
Well,
I wanna-
it's maybe relative compared to some other intelligence scores here, but it's not like he's a moron. You're not. It's not you. You get it. You hear the conversation. There's nothing to. It's not. It's not hard to tell that they're curious about him. I mean, they're curious about all of you in general, just because of everything that's gone on. But then, that almost starts to get pushed to the side a little bit as
I'm more interesting than the group as a whole.
as dark and mysterious guy.
Hey, I have a cloak too.
Whenever we take a break, I sit there at a table with the beer and the most interesting man pose.
Yeah, gotcha.
I want to know the names of the guys that I'm on watch with.
All right.
Farryn, nice to meet you.
Well, you're off. I don't know where you're at. Except you're crunching.
I'm
leaves
on
all
watch
the
with
time.
you.
Here's a crunchy one.
You are on watch with Reggie.
Reggie, I like Reggie.
Oh man, Reggie.
You okay?
And Gurn.
Are you visibly
Wait,
laughing?
what-
G-E-R-N.
Like when he tells you
Wait,
his name?
my guy
With
was.
it. Girl with an E.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, what is my guy?
From the Highland Gurns?
Hey, wait, what are my guys? Because I was talking to them. I probably know their names. What are their names? I probably
Their
have some stupid name on my watch.
Let's see. Their names are...
He's gonna check
Totally
his
not making
pre-made
these up
list.
on the
I'm
spot.
totally not making these up
Check
on the
his,
spot.
his pre-made list. Darius.
The funny thing is, I actually have a list like
dude.
that, and I don't have it out in front of me. So, you're the...
Darius is a pretty good name.
You are on watch with Sven. Sven, S-V-E-N,
And
Okay, I got
Larry.
one stupid name.
Why don't
The
you write it
second
down?
one.
and Daly.
I don't like both
How do you
those
spell it?
names.
D-A-L-E-Y.
I
It's
heard
no
he's- I heard he's
Zeldreth.
good at golf.
He is.
He can really hit the ball.
Wears really bright, flashy clothes sometimes.
This is relevant to our story.
D-A-L-E-Y.
Might be.
A-L-E-Y.
I already forgot the names.
How do you
I
forget?
got it.
Intelligence 9.
True.
Memory's not my thing.
Okay. I want to get to know these guys. Seem like cool guys.
Especially Reggie.
Except for my two guys.
Reggie's real nice.
Gurn's cool.
Maybe you can get some followers.
That's what you're trying to do. Trying to get followers.
Yep.
You can train them to be monks too.
Right, the fighters will
Yeah,
train the
2
fighters
more
too.
monks in our party. Good grief.
Both has a.
Probable.
That means we can have 3 people run in and die immediately.
If you want to know the other two, it's Paulton and Turk.
No, I really didn't care about those.
Okay.
I'm sleeping with
That's
her.
on their watch.
Hey, we gotta train each of those to train them to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Right.
Right,
You
everybody?
can't get another one though.
We're really forcing. Actually, he can take it away though.
No, I don't need
He
it.
doesn't use it.
The thing
Alright.
is saying it. That's worse than saying it.
Are we on the watch then?
Yeah. You,
I don't have
if
anything I
nothing
wanna do.
else you want to do, go ahead.
Yeah, we're done with dumb questions.
Mine was very good.
Very nice. He's very
You got-
perceptive tonight.
What do you
I
got?
got a nat
20.
1.
7.
What have you
Okay.
been doing? Talking to your new friends?
Yeah, he cares more about us.
Yeah.
Got
So
some
you're
good
doing the
drink
same
up
thing too,
What?
or not?
I'm probably not gonna go listen in on them again.
Okay.
I don't think there's.
But
any-
you're going to be up there on the outer ring
I
of
was
the
saying
light
I've
a
been
little
wandering
bit.
around a little bit.
Okay.
I like holler at you, like, hey, they got some good drink over.
Dodson!
Yeah. Okay. So you don't notice anything. you maybe chit-chat a little more than you would normally on watch, but you don't notice anything and nothing happens.
You don't notice anything because you're chatting more and watch the movie.
That's the point. Okay, the next two, Thaèndrys and Morzza, anything besides doing your watch?
Nope. No.
Okay, go ahead and make your rolls.
Oh, nice.
Haha, you're terrible at rolling.
Caught him.
All we need is a nat 1 and an R.
Did he roll a 1? 2?
Yeah.
No, it was a 7, right?
How's it one?
It was a 1?
Now all we need is one on the third watch.
Who rolled what?
3.
8.
Let's change our name to Critical Fail. Critical
Hey, this
Wait,
one
no.
could be.
Critical failure.
Fail Perception. What's the opposite of
Hey,
critical?
we already had critical.
Fail. A critical fail.
We already had critical perception. Now we can have critical fail on the
critical
name of this video.
Critical fail perception.
No, it doesn't quite roll for some.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
Critical
I'll
failure.
keep working on it.
I thought it was going to be attack on this one or something. It's taking too long. I didn't get a consented if it's my intelligence.
You mean it's -1 intelligence?
No.
What is the
See?
opposite of
That's a
perception?
-1.
No, I don't see it.
I see it.
This is second watch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't tell me we're gonna fight something.
Dense.
By the way, I just asked them. They haven't fought one person, or like recently, or
These guys aren't prepared for what's about to happen.
yeah. I kind
That
of.
is what happened.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Sure.
there's one on this.
Rather
this
than
though. I felt like there'd be one. Anyways, you better not lose my friends though.
Do you remember
The friends
their
that you don't
names?
remember their names?
No, but I
My
remember.
best buddies.
I remember their friendship. Our friendship can never
my
be
best
broken.
friend.
It's the.
His name is Guy.
It's like ish something. And
Okay.
so
You guys are chit-chatting
Oh no.
a little bit, and it was at a time where, like, it's. Well, hold on a second now. Thaèndrys and Morzza, you're
I'm just kinda
you're
off,
off. Okay, so you're off here. You're up in the area, and kind of talking with them a little bit. Or you could, are you talking with them a little bit on your watch, or
I
you
talked
just
a little bit, yeah.
okay? It's during one of those, quiet conversations that you're having. You don't notice anything, but all of a sudden, one of them that you're talking to puts his hand up and turns and looks that way. And so just geographically here, this is, firelight. You guys are here, and he's gesturing that way. You are over here. And then you stop and you listen. And you hear something again. And then you hear something over there. And then I need you to roll initiative.
I'm disappointed. I'm not gonna get to talk to my buddies. It's sad.
Yeah, yes, even though you're sleeping, you roll initiative because that will tell me where you end up in the order.
Lucky number, yeah. I will take that. Wait, do you beat me?
You guys.
Oh, we're gonna tie. And
21.
you're gonna wait.
11.
Oh crap. Well, I think I go second.
I think we all got pretty decent
Yeah.
ones.
Did it stop?
No. Man, I'm not gonna talk with my buddies.
There?
I forgot about that.
Probably.
Where are my...
Orcs.
Probably gonna be like a
No, it's not there.
spider. Or
You know
say,
what? I'll just use this.
or can say it, better not lose our buddies.
We have figurines for this battle.
I will get them momentarily.
Ours are on top of the jar of kisses.
Every time you guys kill someone, you get a kiss. So if you kill 5, you get 5 kisses.
Speaking of kisses, where's Reggie and Gurnat? I gotta protect them.
Did you say
They're my best friends.
Speaking of kisses?
Reggie and Garen.
Name
Wait,
a more
just take
dynamic
Tom's
duo.
one.
How do I try to move stuff out of the way so we can have a
Hey, wait,
spot?
don't I have 2, by the way?
Reggie and Gurnat might need this.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I have a lesser potion ready for my 2.
You just moved that right.
I thought you wanted it.
We're not sponsored by them yet.
If we get sponsored by Yeti, that'd be awesome.
And just start throwing all the brands you want. Just want to in the background of it.
Sponsored by Lamborghini.
Tesla.
No, not Tesla.
You better be ready. We gotta res our people if they die. Not losing your 2 people or my 2 people. Those are the most important people.
Do you even remember their names?
Protect him
It
with my
doesn't
life.
matter. My guy doesn't need to remember
Sure.
his names. He knows
I will
they're
also, but
friends. He
I
can
also
tell
am probably not going to be going anywhere close to first with that roll as initiative. So
What do you get?
we won't talk
You
about
need to
it.
get some new dice, man.
Yeah, those dice are pretty terrible.
apparently money doesn't buy everything.
Certainly doesn't buy your dice roll.
Or can't.
Watch this number 12. I'm gonna roll 12 here.
That's not bad.
Have you ever seen the way to figure out if like your dice are weighted to a specific side?
There's like a thing you can, a little stand, you spin it and see if it spins.
Okay,
Saltwater.
Nix, what do you got for initiative?
Ooh.
11.
You can do that in the next one.
Actually, it'll
See if
float.
It'll float.
Yeah.
Cool. 21?
Wait, what did you have?
11.
17.
It's a gigantic
Is there-
spider
is there
just
a fly in it?
dropping right down.
It,
That's a 7.
Very nice.
Who's on watch again?
huh?
Well,
me and
I'm
Thaèndrys.
sleeping. It makes sense.
Guess what I get though? Yeah.
Zeldreth.
20.
Nice one.
Let's go.
Thaèndrys.
10.
Let's go. The 2 people who are asleep go first. Makes sense.
No,
You won't be going
You'll
first.
be going in the order
Okay.
once we get back to your turn.
Oh, what's the crap?
I get the third in our group.
Wait, do you get an 11?
Yeah.
So we have me and Tom. Then we have you guys just way down there.
I think behind
Oh no.
there.
Now you're hitting down here.
Yeah, don't pull out the one that I already have stuff written on. Just pull out one if it just looks like an outdoors one,
Is
maybe.
that
The
that?
green one, not that one. The one that has just more of an outdoors type of terrain
Oh,
on
you
it.
didn't kill
Where
anyone.
are the other ones? Are they down here?
I thought they were. I thought all 3 of them were
He's
down
preparing
there.
to kill one.
I don't-
He knows he's gonna kill one.
I already have this one right here. I don't
That's fine. Just
What's on
pull
the
it
flip
out
side?
and we'll
What's
use
on
the
the
other
flip side
side.
of it?
use this side.
Yeah, just use the other side of it. Even though it's not snowing.
Snowing outside.
No. Not the snow.
You guys are going to move your stuff.
Can you guys?
You can put it on top of it. That won't matter. Just get it set up in the first place.
It's snowing outside.
And
Yeah. No one.
Wait a second.
No one,
Snow?
no one noticed.
Wait a
the snow.
second. My guy's not asleep.
No,
He's
it's
doing
like
a
marble.
snow angel. He's not asleep.
He's
Speaking
shoveling.
Speaking of angels, where's Reggie and Gurnet?
Tom's gonna give him like all this magic items. He's like, here, take some magical boots.
I have this awesome ring I got. You guys need more than me.
okay,
The people who are asleep should be laying down.
so position yourselves around.
You're just head patting in the ground.
Campfire.
Oh, I thought you were gonna grab out one of the orange circles. That would have been perfect.
Well, that would show light, and I can do that.
Well, no, I meant like the one the rings from the milk.
Oh, I see. Well, put put that in the
Who's
middle
the
of that.
other
Milk
person
doesn't have
asleep?
orange
There's the
rings.
campfire right there.
Who's the other person asleep?
It's gotta be
So
from OJ.
if I'm there, then Joshua's back. Like,
So then
over
you're
here.
asleep. Wait, you're asleep then, right?
Here, you can actually put this
Oh,
out
you
just to
sleeping
show
on
where
one.
the
Oh, yeah,
bright
there's
light
one.
area is. Put the campfire in the middle of that.
Yeah, you didn't dust that one.
No.
Why is head patting in you?
Are you outside of the light?
Yeah, I'm outside. Step.
But,
to
the other guy was on the other side of the fire compared to where he was, or
I mean, I heard noise from that side and this side over here, right?
this guy was on this side of the fire because
Yeah.
he was on the opposite side.
So I'm not going to try to bring out minis for soldiers, but put these out in not in pairs because they're not in tents. They're just roughing it.
So these two would be like here at the fire.
Yeah. So there's 2 up on watch, and then there's
Don't the guys
And
on
then-
watch?
and then
The
these
guys
are-
on watch are not next to the fire, right?
no, they're further out.
Yeah, so
No, the guys on watch are further out.
Oh,
over here.
Yeah.
yeah. So they're like up here.
So we'd be closer to the fire?
Yeah,
or-
we'd be
Yeah,
close.
you're closer than that.
Where?
Just on the flyer.
Yeah.
Where do you want these other guys?
Just wherever, just scattered,
Just
or
all
not
in here?
that far. Not okay. Closer to the fire. They sleep close to the fire,
They just way out there, ready to be
I like
attacked.
to sleep on the outer ring of the fire's light. Just
and,
so
and not in pairs. Like ring them all around the fire, all around the fire.
That's good. They're close to it. None of my friends will die.
Okay,
Which one's Reggie?
Legend
And-
Guard
and put this one out for the lieutenant.
The gold
Watch
one.
as we lose a
He
lieutenant.
said-
Hang on. He's gotta be a 20. There we go.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna try to do this thing real quick here.
what was your perception again? Do you remember? 8. Okay.
Sorry, 10.
Oh no.
Man, you guys roll so
Give me
poorly.
1 second.
So your perception was.
In the world.
What?
Oh my god.
There goes one
Yeah,
of yours.
my perception was 10.
I'd say that looks pretty good.
Why it's not getting the whole screen in?
Ah. Much better.
All of the subscribers unsubscribed.
Not sure why it's doing that, but
Does it need to be... You've used this before, haven't you?
yeah, I thought it was gonna default to the same, but I need to order it differently. It's viewing it sideways, I think, because I didn't. Like, I think I. Oh,
You have to lock the
that's
screen.
why. Yeah, I have to.
You have to lock the screen.
Yeah, I have to lock it in the vertical position,
Short intermission.
and then do this. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say I thought it would have kept the settings from last time. There we go.
Nice.
First try.
After no technical difficulties, the battle will continue.
Yeah, absolutely nothing happened. There was no earthquake that shook things up or anything like that.
First try.
Man, where's the battle music in this? We just hear a fly.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
The flies. We just have flies flying around.
Yeah.
We're in
Maybe
flies.
they are flies. They're attacking us.
It's
right.
big flies.
It's a swarm of flies.
Here's the
Fly
battle
guys.
music. I'm going to add cracking and snapping wood.
Not the crafting wood.
If you're not careful, I'm going to add creaking trees and creaky rope bridge too.
Hey, you might as well. Hey, you
Not
might as well add that
Hey,
music
them
that we
creaky
fought
rope
those.
The Mouthers.
Yeah, you might as well add that music while you're at it too.
I might add this too.
Time.
All right. So here's what happens. What's your armor class?
Darkness dies.
16.
It's like,
Wait, we have healing potions though, so we can give them that save ones around healing potions.
Do NPCs have the same like saving throws?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
We save our friends.
Okay. As they're, the one, hold on, listen, you hear a little bit, and all of a sudden, you are hit with an arrow.
Wham!
You
Ow.
take 9 points of piercing damage.
9.
Each
What is that, Steven?
each guard next to you gets hit as well
No.
for that much.
Wait, the most important question: do we know if it was my people on my watch? That's the most important.
No.
Is it Gurn?
No, I don't think it is actually.
Okay, let's
Not
go.
Reggie.
Let's go. It's not
It's,
my friends.
Whose is this?
Daily. Oh wait, this is the people we don't know about.
No, it's the ones I told you, Polton and Turk.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
It's
Oh,
probably Turk.
oh, it's in the second group, so it's unimportant. Oh, we're good. We're good. It's not in
Sounds
either of
pretty
our
simple.
groups. We're good. Huh?
Okay, so
Yeah. As long as it's not my people, we're good. It's not my people.
How much damage did Turk take?
you don't know.
I know.
Turk took.
How many hit points you got left, Turk?
You are hit for 7 points of piercing damage.
You guys like to shoot.
Is this kobolds?
No.
They wouldn't do that much damage. They do like 1 damage.
They didn't have bows either.
They
These
use
are arrows.
slings.
I'm about to show these guys how bowmanship works.
So, and in addition to this, you also are aware. I would say you, Morzza, and the 2 guards are more aware of this. You caught an arrow, and now you heard the twang coming from further that way. But you also, there's a couple others that just shoot by you from different directions. So,
You know what's awesome here?
Is that
I
my
can
buddy?
use whatever I want.
Oh man.
What do you mean?
Magic. Right? It's like we're in a dungeon. We don't have to save anything.
okay, so
You gotta save it for the king
He's gonna
though.
use his
as that happens and the guards cry out in both pain and in alarm to wake everyone up, what do you guys do?
I wake up.
I also like scream. I yell out my
I have
voice.
the drift though. I'm gonna use the.
She's like, ah!
Okay,
You wake the whole neighborhood up.
you're gonna light that up right there. Okay, so just so that we remember that that's where that is, just set something out there.
What do you light up?
Okay,
The drift though.
With what?
the drift
Yeah,
code. That'll be on your.
Outside.
That'll be an action. That'll be as
that's
it gets to your turn. Or at least, maybe not a full action. Whatever.
These
We'll
guys
see.
will be like, I can't see.
But as these cries come out, just in natural response to being hit with these arrows, Taèlios, you're up first in the initiative order, but you're asleep. Second watch, so you're asleep. What do you do?
I get up.
Okay.
He gets up and things that he
That's
came
half
here
of your
to
movement to wake up.
kick butt and chew bubble.
He wants to
gum.
Garmin.
So how much movement do I have left?
Half of 45.
Yeah, half of you.
22.5.
Okay, so make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, that sucks for you.
Don't even know things.
Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's pretty good.
18?
18?
Yeah.
Okay. Off in the distance.
He has dark vision, so.
That's why he was able to make a perception check,
Oh,
but
man,
still with
finally
disadvantage.
came.
So off in the distance, that way, just a little bit, about maybe 40 feet away, 40, 50 feet
Is
away.
this 5?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
It's a long ways away.
You see a shape. You see, you can't make out exact features at this point, but you see a
oh, wait.
looks kind of like a hulking form, but not a huge form or anything. Not significantly bigger than most of you,
Bigger
but
than him?
I'm 6'10". There's no way it's bigger than
ish.
me.
Okay,
It's bigger than
human-ish sized, which could be a whole host of
These are
different
orcs.
creatures.
Orcs
Yeah,
are a little bit
so
bigger than.
Okay.
Could be. We don't know.
And that's what you see. Half your movement essentially is used in getting up and gathering your wits about you as you've woken up. What would you like to do?
Is there brush and stuff around here, like trees?
You're mostly in a clearing right now. You camped just off the road.
So there's no cover whatsoever.
Depending on where you want to go, there might be a tree here or there, but it's mostly a clearing by the road. There's nothing between you and this thing.
So if I... I guess I want to move
Half your movement.
to like right here, which 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, good
That's
enough.
half.
That, fair
Can I
enough.
see now more, now that I'm out of that light with my dark vision? I ought to be able to see him a little bit better.
You should see him.
What was your score again?
18.
18.
18. Yeah, moving out and closer, I'll give you. You can tell it's a hobgoblin.
Is this a big deal?
No.
No.
I fought. Wait, did I fight
we
them?
fight them, didn't we?
You did not.
In session 0?
Nope.
We fought them before in the other games, but not.
Didn't we fight them in like the
Hobgoblins are
first?
crazy.
Did I see
second
anything else
session?
out here?
Those were gnolls.
And that's all I see?
You see one right there.
Okay.
That's all you see in that direction. Okay.
I'm gonna stay there.
And you see,
Since there's no...
and as you see him kind of pulling an arrow out,
Okay.
holding a bow.
I want him to hit me. You can try it.
You gonna blow some wind? Deflect the arrow?
Okay, Zeldreth.
I do have deflect missiles.
Zeldreth, you're up, and Morzza will be on deck.
Obviously,
Use
I'm
a
gonna
key point
stand
to
up.
hit
Okay.
the bait or whatever.
So you're like probably like in the middle of that. He used daylight already. Would I be able to see any?
He
over
has not
there?
used daylight yet. It's not his turn.
How do I get to fall so far behind
What?
when they start to wake up? Like we don't do anything before they even wake up.
It's just initiative order. You were surprised by the shot. I mean, it's all happening right now, but it's just initiative order.
Does my guy see anything over there? Like anything? Probably not, right? Since I don't
You can
have.
only see the edge of the campfire.
Yeah, probably not, right? Since I don't have dark vision.
You can see him running over there. So
You don't see anything.
Can I
right
light a
now,
torch?
other than you see him running that way, and you see Morzza and the two guards looking hurt. You can see they've been injured, and you see everybody else starting to rouse. But yeah, I mean you're aware you're under attack, but you just don't see who the enemy is.
All right, can my guy light a torch and throw?
I will also grant that on your turn it would take nothing for you to shout out that it's hobgoblins if you wanted to do that.
Hobgoblins.
Okay.
try to sound a little more worried.
I want to go back
You guys
to
said
the,
it wasn't a big deal.
I want to go back to your brush and stuff. I feel like we could market that.
So can my guy
I
like
think that's a
light a
slogan.
torch while running, kind
Russian
of run
stuff.
this way and throw a torch out here? Towards there.
Yeah, you could light a torch and toss it if you would like.
Would I be able to move? Still, while I'm lighting a
You
torch?
have
Yes.
half of your
You have
movement.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have.
No, I see. I didn't know if I could light a torch
Yeah.
and move.
Yes.
So I'll go.
You could basically light it as you run by the fire if you wanted to go that way. You kind of gestured towards me. Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
He's just gonna
Does this
stand there
not? I
until
said
he
this
shoots.
wouldn't count as space. I'm like in the middle, or would it count as space?
Hmm?
I'm like in the middle. I'd probably be like in the middle of the space. Would that one count as a space?
Just move. It really
Yeah,
doesn't.
it doesn't make any
Okay,
Okay,
difference.
fine.
15.
One, right there. Wait, probably
You're
not right
hiding.
there.
You're hiding behind the other soldiers.
No, I wasn't gonna go
He's
that
Guy
hiding
way.
with
behind
48 health.
He's just passing through. It
I'll
doesn't
go right
matter.
there, and I'll throw a torch this way.
Okay. Make a dex. So
Alright.
just treat it like a dex attack. Roll.
I'm
yeah,
probably
like
gonna try
a,
to throw a wait, like maybe like 60 or 70 feet that way.
You can't
you're not gonna throw a torch that far probably, but go ahead and roll.
That far. With that roll, I definitely can. I got an 8.
8. Okay.
It's just like throws it into the brush and everything like goes up in flames.
Is there a Birdman right?
Hey, that would be good.
Travel band, not a burn band. It goes about 20 feet. So you can.
So it's here.
Wait, do we need a
So
marker?
it doesn't really provide any more
It's
light.
just like epic run by.
Yeah. And the ground isn't super dry because it was a little wet from the day before, so it just sits
Like,
there and burns
Running throws and like doesn't even get it
on the
out.
ground. It
Campfire,
gives off
20 feet. Doesn't do anything.
low, as in like physically low light on the ground.
My guy
We
doesn't
can
do
see
much
their ankles now.
Yeah,
tossing.
but it's something.
Well, it
So.
makes sense because my guy doesn't play toss with my family.
Yeah.
He's busy providing.
Okay, that's your turn. Morzza's up, and then in this group it will be Nyx next, and then Thaèndrys. But Morzza.
Well, there were arrows coming from that direction, right? I know. Just from where we
There have been arrows come from multiple directions around you right now.
Okay, well I'm gonna try to run that way,
Okay.
and then pull out a torch and also just try to throw it out as I'm running.
Hopefully you
Well,
can
does
roll.
that count as an action or that not an action? I will still be able to attack if I come up to a guy.
Isn't this is this dim light over here or is this bright light?
That is, let me see how I have that. 5, 10, 15, 20. It's,
Haunted house.
the bright light ends before that ring, but it's close. It's close to the edge of that.
William excited, probably. Jumping up and down.
So what is it you want to do? You wanted to.
I want to run and like just lighten a torch. I guess I don't have any light though. I'd have to. Does that count as an action then?
Yes, it would.
Do you have your fire breath?
I have eyes.
To get it out and get it lit. Yes.
Can I see anything over there? Can I see
You
anybody?
can't even move far enough. You have to, it takes you 15 movement to get up. And then
He's
you
not
can-
off.
I'm not.
He-
I'm
no,
not
he's
I'm
up
standing.
already.
Yeah.
So which
Oh.
direction do you want to move in 30 feet? Which direction?
Can I see anything? Can I see a hobgoblin thing that in my sight I could just go attack? Like, you might be outside of it, but...
From where you are right now,
Yeah.
you do not.
Okay, then I'll just start running in some random direction and throw a torch.
What direction? Tell me. There's
That
a board.
way.
This one?
The way he got shot from.
How many? How many feet are you moving?
I'm going all 30.
You can move 30.
Off the
This
board.
way?
Just move him to the edge of the board.
No, straight. Yeah, there we go.
Throwing a torch, right?
Huh?
Can I have it? Can I hold a torch like my
Just run
shield
it.
arm and have my sword, like, would that command disadvantage or anything?
No, but well, I mean, for using your shield, it wouldn't put you at disadvantage. But if
You're
you're
gonna
holding a
lose 3 armor
torch for
class.
light, you're not going to be able to use your shield as a shield if you have it that way. But once you're there, now you see a figure outside the light. It'd be off the table from where it is right now, but you see a figure
So I
outside the
wanna
light.
throw-
And having heard what he yelled, it makes sense of what you're seeing too.
I want to throw my torch at him then. I don't want to be holding that. So I don't want to have. I want to have a shield. So I want to throw my torch toward the direction he was.
I can allow throwing the torch as a bonus action type of move. That's fine.
That'd be a bonus action? I thought you said it was an action. If I just move, that's not...
You already used an action to pull out and light a torch, is what I said.
And he had bonus that he didn't count as an action from the throw, you said.
Bonus action, he could do it. He didn't want to do anything else. The point is, he can't do like another
I'm
full.
saying I want to do something with my bonus action. So is it... If I throw it, does that count as a bonus
Okay,
action?
no. Here's what I'm saying. He lit a torch and threw it. That's action, bonus action, and he moved. So you're lighting a torch and throwing it, and you moved. So you did the same thing he did.
I'm saying so I can't... So throwing a torch is a bonus action.
Yes, you cannot attack if that's what you're wanting to do right now.
So I'm just dropping it, then I'm not throwing it at my feet, and then I'm using my bonus action for a different thing, because I'm not throwing a torch.
Okay, what do you want to do as your bonus action?
Well, I'm not telling them, because it's a different spell that I got. But I can pass it down to you.
Here.
Yeah.
Just pass it through all of us to get to that one light turn on to load.
Why do they even
At this
matter?
rate, we're not even gonna get to the castle.
Are you gonna trust me with this?
It's a spell. I know it's a spell. That's
I
because you
didn't
would
even know
look.
what it was.
Is it daylight?
It's the spell.
Okay, and
On myself.
on yourself. Okay.
Oh, you're playing that
Just do
spell.
that yourself.
Cast
I-
heroism on himself.
You should have cast it on me. What are you doing?
You're like 120 feet away from me, not in that.
So it was
I'd run
heroism.
towards
Okay.
you.
Okay, I'll give this back to you in a bit.
No, it wasn't heroism.
It was.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Okay, so that's your turn. The soldiers all get up, and the two have been shouting, and they've all now heard the call of hobgoblins. And they get up and are drawing their weapons and moving out in kind of a in an arc around the fire. They cannot see anything either, though. But they move out and are basically standing ready to attack. There's something to attack. That would include the lieutenant, and he's shouting orders to hold and watch for a target. Can anyone light them up? You know, he's saying at that moment.
Yeah.
They actually know what to do. We just start running random directions.
That's because it's so weak. It's not even a threat to us.
We're not
And
a
he
team.
says, you hear him shout something. If you guys got anything up your sleeve, now would be the time.
I mean, these guys are weak.
We're not a
so
team. We're a time bomb.
we just gotta speed run this. We gotta speed run, get as fast as possible.
I'm still sleeping, so like, you
Me
guys.
too. We're just chilling.
Two of our people have done their actions. We're not anywhere close to speedrunning this.
Speak for yourself.
Oh wait, 3 of us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it's because it's the best
yeah,
of
well,
the three.
Yeah, but you're at the very end of the initiative.
See, it's because those two, they don't get up as easily. They can't be woken up
You
easily.
gotta be ready.
Okay, the
Be woken
lieutenant
up.
takes an arrow.
Not the lieutenant.
And Garth.
No.
And Reggie. They all just target them.
And I rage somehow because I killed my two best friends.
Actually, let me look here real quick.
No.
They better not be attacked.
No.
Oh, shit, I don't even know where I wrote everything. Oh, there it is.
There's
No.
like two people we don't care about. We got Tom's two
Tom
people.
just runs
and Tom's
back.
Like, there's two people I like.
I'm holding in my arms.
We have healing potions, remember?
Hey, we can add them as NPCs to our group. That's our plan. We add those 4 people. Or
Crenshaw takes a hit.
No.
I don't really care about Kanjal.
It's-
Yeah, he's a jerk.
Gritshaw's not my group, I don't think, or my gang, or like the 2 people. So we're good.
And
It's good.
Reggie takes a hit.
No!
It's fine. It's not my guys. We're
I'll
good.
kill you!
And he took a hit.
Oh no.
Who did?
Which one? So can you? Well,
You need to know who actually comes
Reggie. I want to know where they're at. Like, where are
He
they
uses
taking
his
hits
monk
at?
sense to detect that his best friend has taken a hit, and he immediately stalls all his actions.
Okay, so on either side of the lieutenant, that's Crenshaw and Perkins. Okay?
Not the restaurant.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored yet.
The 2 right there are, let's see, who was on watch again?
Which one's
Oh, it was
just tell me which one's Gurn.
Turk. Yeah,
Turk and someone else.
and Paulton. The 2 right here towards Nyx,
Daily?
physically Nyx here, are Reggie and Gurn.
Wait, which are my 2?
And the other 2 are Sven and Daly.
Davey and Sven haven't gotten hit, right?
They have not.
Let's go. My buddies are still alive. Let's go.
Okay.
Should have picked your friends more wisely.
He'll be alright.
Okay, Nyx, what do you do?
Okay, well, I wake up, I guess.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
I yawn a little bit.
He
What's
rolls
half of
over in his
25?
sleep.
Hmm?
What's half of 25?
12.5.
Just, yeah, you've got 10 to 15 feet of movement, depending on what it is you want to do. I'm usually gracious on
Like, I just want to
on
move
the
out
on the
of
movement
fire.
things. Yeah, I am.
I
Throwing
want to
torches
try to
is
move
different.
out of the fire because I also have dark vision.
Okay, just choose a direction and
I
move
wanna
yourself where you
do
want to go.
this.
Move yourself where you want to go. 3 squares.
10 feet.
Just move 3 squares.
You were right here, so 5, 10, 15.
What? She moved.
There's no
15
way she moves as far as
Yeah.
back up a square.
I was like right
He
here.
was.
Yeah, there's no way.
Okay, Thaèndrys,
So I lit up the drift globe.
with daylight.
Yep.
Okay. So as everybody's kind of scurrying and moving and waking up and standing up and all that, all of a sudden, the area is flooded with light. That's 60, right?
Yep.
Plus 60?
Yeah,
is that
it's
right?
60 plus 60.
Okay. So you can see that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So almost basically to the 2 guards who were on duty and the same distance that way and all around this massive, and that's just the bright light, let alone everything. So all of a sudden this whole area is lit up mostly brightly, but even beyond that, enough light where you can now see all of the figures around. And as soon as that happens, is it an action to do that? Who has the drift globe card?
I have it.
I think it's a bonus.
It's just like a like something like what's it called?
It just says to reference the spell, so I think it's just a bonus.
I think it's like what's the object? What's that thing
You
called?
can speak,
Interact with
you
an
can
object.
speak another command word as an action to make the globe rise.
No,
Speak
it's
its
just-
command word. So the small sphere, blah 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 blah. If you are within 60 feet of it, you can speak its command word and cause it to emanate a light or daylight spell. Once used, the daylight effect can't be used until the next time. You can speak another command word as an action to make the illuminated globe rise into the air and float no more than 5 feet off the ground.
Okay, so for purposes of action economy, I'm going to call that simply a bonus action to do that. So you have your action if you want, and you can now see. You see 3 in an arc just from the direction you would naturally be facing, You see one over towards Nyx and Taèlios, one more out straight that way from you, and one more over there. That's just immediately. If you want to look around, you can see, but you can see at least 3 targets over there near you.
Can I look around quickly just to get an idea of what we're dealing with, and then I'll use my action.
Yep, that's fine. You see scattered around. Make a perception check.
At least I made notice is what a great battle music we're listening
18?
to right now.
You count 9.
9.
No, that's not that many.
It's gonna take a while. Pull out all the
Okay, so
stops.
there's one over by them, and there's 2 over here. Right?
Yes.
2 over. In
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna do my chromatic orb.
Okay. Twinning it.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, duh.
I'll just cast it at first level spell for now. So the first one will be the one straight out for me. The second one will be the one
Towards me?
Towards you.
Okay, good enough.
Let's see what my.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's gonna
now,
miss on the chromatic orb again.
now they're gonna know he's
So
magical.
15 for the first one.
Yeah, they're gonna figure it out. He's a
It
magician.
misses.
15 misses. What the hell?
They're armored.
That's gonna be 24.
That hits.
25. Sorry.
I hope it hits this one over here.
You can see in the light they're wearing chainmail, and actually, hold on, 15.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you touch my potion.
Because he would not have a shield up right now.
What was I saying?
Yeah, you're darn right. They're using bows, right?
Yeah.
That's -2 their armor class.
Decide them.
Uh-huh.
From not using a shield, right?
Yeah.
This is working very well.
It hits.
Okay. So I'll be using acid as the.
Okay.
So then to the first one, the one straight out for me.
Man, it's hard to
That's
get.
gonna be 17 damage.
17.
Yep.
He just drops in a heap.
And then the one off, the second one then, is gonna be, oh gosh, 20.
He drops in a bigger heap.
It's
Is he a
work.
bigger guy, or is he just like dropping? in a
Just
bigger
there was
that
more
much more
acid
dead.
on that one.
You know-
Drops in a bigger heap.
You know, it's hard to get these potions down than to beat these enemies.
Yep. Okay, well then, are you going to move at all? You would still have movement if you want to use it.
I'm gonna move. All the rest of them are like over more this way. Or so we've got one over here, which I left because they're here.
Yep.
Then we've got one and one.
Yep.
So the next ones are gonna be like this direction.
Almost evenly dispersed around, yes. So just 6 more that are almost evenly dispersed around the remaining, I don't know, however many degrees of the circle
I'll
that
move
is.
towards.
270.
So let's see. What am I moving speed?
What are you doing?
Closing it so you guys don't just eat them all.
I'll move this way. Obviously, that moves the globe, so
Oh, yeah.
now everything is more illuminated over here for them to see.
Yep, okay. Very good. End of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, good turn. Farryn, you're up.
Finally. I'll yawn a little bit. Maybe
Roll
stretch,
to see if you
stretch out a
wake
little
up.
bit.
Scratch your butt.
No, not that. I'll stand up though.
Okay, you can do that.
I figured, yeah.
And
start.
you see targets.
150 feet is my range here,
Okay.
so I see targets in that range.
Yep.
Are there any targets?
Well, I mean
within-
in light too. You see it
Are there any
because
targets
it's
in
lit.
90 feet? Within 90 feet of myself.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark
Okay.
on, let's just say, probably that way, because I'll probably see
Whoever's
them
the
better.
soonest over here. So
Okay.
after this guy, whoever.
That's
next.
fine. It would be kind of in a, if you draw a line between Farryn and you, out, yep, out in that area. Yep.
Yeah, so cast Hunter's Mark on it,
Okay.
and then I will use a magic arrow and fire at him. My
Okay. You hit Thaèndrys.
You might actually.
18.
Well, that's what I thought it was a 1.
Hits.
No, I have plus.
It was a 1.
I have
But
plus
also a
8.
0.
I have plus 8 to my bow strikes.
Okay, roll damage.
That was a 6 and an 8 side die. What is that garbage?
Wow.
He does a lot of damage.
You don't even need Hunter's Mark to do
Why is
that
it
much
slash?
Does he
damage.
clear 4?
He clears like none.
Well, no, he's got bonus.
7 damage.
Oh, that's pathetic.
That's with Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
He rolled a 1
I
and
need
a
to rub it
2,
in. Wow.
and then he has
I'm just making sure you
Uh,
and he has
took
a,
all you could get.
he must have
Okay.
a plus 4.
Nevertheless, still looks very hurt from that. But still up.
8 or 9.
Still up.
Probably, yeah. Probably a 10 sided.
I used to see
Okay,
my custom.
that brings us to Taèlios,
He doesn't
then
roll
Zeldreth,
30 feet.
then Morzza.
No, but I'm saying that's what they're.
Who's it?
Taèlios, Zeldreth, Morzza.
They didn't get a turn?
They did. They shot.
Yeah.
They
No,
shot
he's
at-
the-
they-
Remember
he's
they
the
shot your
soldiers.
They
friend?
shot your.
Mhm.
They shot your
You
friend.
guys
There's
didn't get
9
hit.
of them.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Not-
fair.
I rolled a lot of misses.
I want to attack this guy.
You can get to him.
Where do I have to go?
Just move out a few feet. I'm just not going to put out minis for them right now because I don't think this is going to take long for you to clean them. For you to clean them up now that you can see them.
Especially now when mine just clears immediately.
Well, maybe.
That'll be.
You only have +6.
That should hit.
Oh, wait, no,
though.
you have +7 because you're quarterstaff. It's magic, right?
Yes, +7. So 16?
16 would hit since they're using bows and arrows right now.
That's good.
At least someone can
10?
roll damage on dice.
Did about the same down damage Caleb did in one hit.
10. This one drops down to one knee and looks like he's barely holding on.
If only you had another ability that you could use
I
to.
guess I'll slap him. 17.
Yeah,
So
that hits.
Isn't it 16? You don't have a
It
magic
doesn't matter
fist?
what you roll, he's dead.
He was only 1 health.
Oh, yeah, so that was 16.
Well, I also know he has a bonus.
That was his bonus, wasn't it?
No, that was
Bonus
for
to
that was
his
the hit.
damage.
That was the
Yeah.
hit
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7.
He's dead.
Yeah. Gone.
Still dead.
Gone. Just drops him.
You just slap
Drops
him.
him dead.
Man, these knights are gonna do absolutely nothing.
You just
I
say
guess
no.
okay.
Slap him and he's dead.
Okay, that's your
You
turn.
probably have more movement, though, right? He didn't have to move his full 45 to get to him, right?
Nope.
So you can move towards another guy, right?
Yeah, so where's the closest
If
other
you
guy?
just move straight towards Daniel, you'll be heading towards
How many
another
feet
one.
does he get then?
What'd you move? I didn't
Right.
see how many you moved.
You are
I moved
Well, you said
15.
move him, like if you.
No, I mean towards Daniel, not towards Zeldreth. Actually, towards Daniel.
Okay. So 15.
You already moved 15, so you have 31.
Is that fair? 15 feet out was where the other shape was, or is it a little bit further?
I would say 20.
So 25 feet.
Okay, so back yourself up 1 square. There you go.
That was 25 feet.
Good enough. That's close
Good
enough for
enough
what,
for
that's
who
good
it's
enough
for.
for what we're dealing with. You would have been actually a little bit more on a diagonal that way because they were a little further out from the firelight, but it's fine.
Plus, you're almost out of the camera, so we wouldn't be able to see your.
Yeah,
awesome
we
anything,
don't
right?
want that. Zeldreth, you're up.
Alright, these are my two buddies, right?
He just like casually turns the guy.
I don't.
kinda like-
I don't remember who I
Yes,
said.
they are.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anyone over here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going for that one. I got to save my buddies.
How so?
Uh,
It will take more than your movement to get to them.
I'll just throw my magical hand axe. at them.
Okay, what's the range on those? You probably need to get closer.
20
to
to
them.
60.
20 feet.
Okay, so you definitely need to move your full distance first, and then you'll be in range.
What crap. Does that mean I couldn't throw my axe in?
No, it just means you need to move
You
30
have to move 30 to get there.
You have to
6
move
squares
to get in range.
towards me. Move straight towards
So
me.
you're right
6
here,
squares.
Wait, right there.
Yep.
Okay, so then I'll throw my hand.
Go ahead.
That's what's the reroll?
And he rolls. He does it with the dex, right? Because he's throwing it.
Plus 6.
And he is proficient, so he gets +3. So that's
Wait.
a 11.
11 misses.
Oh, use your lucky point. Oh, wait.
Tom's already rubbing
Got him.
the lucky feet.
No, we use a dumb lucky point.
He has inspiration he could have used.
That's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
We'll save that.
Yeah, you could have used it. That would
Yeah, we
probably
gotta
No,
save it
no,
for
but
the fight that we'll never
It's
use.
only
One.
3.
Yeah, that would have made a hit.
It's 11. It's
You
4.
don't know that.
There was.
Well, not
You don't know.
necessarily.
Yeah, it's either 15 or 14.
But if you say that every single time you roll, you'll never use it.
This is not important in battle.
Okay.
These guys are
Yeah.
weak. I'd say maybe for
Okay,
a
so that
battle.
misses. It is the soldiers' turns.
Was it me?
Come on, Gar. Or whatever. his name
Oh
is.
no! Sorry, you are up first. I forgot that you're after.
So
me.
can I even see the one by me? Is that within range?
Yes, especially now that he moved.
And that my torch is on the
You're
ground.
welcome. Your torch did
Well,
nothing.
that's true. That helps a little bit too.
I'm like,
Yeah,
pick
your
it.
torch
I
is
don't
not
know.
throw it.
Double
what,
light,
Wait, what about my torch?
like binary light.
What about my torch right
Oh.
here? Does that help?
Yes, more than you can possibly imagine.
Then I'll just, I don't know, move up towards. I don't
That's
know how far
fine.
the
Just
guy
you have to
is.
move up maybe another 20 feet, and you're there.
Okay, that's 19. That's gonna be 27.
That's a hit,
Just barely.
just barely.
Got him.
And that's gonna be 14. That's gonna. Yeah, 14.
14 points of damage.
Yep.
It just
Dunno.
slashes across him and partially through him, and it just crumples in almost 2 pieces onto the
Now I'm
ground.
gonna start. I'll move another 10 feet back this way because I assume there's another one
Towards me.
Oh, there's.
Towards me, probably, yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
there's
go that way.
10 more.
Yep. Okay, very good. Soldiers.
As he runs, he goes, "You picked the wrong week to quit smoking."
Okay. You notice that as soon as that light flooded the whole area... By the way, are you cowled, covered up, hooded, and all that right now as you're doing this?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Soldiers are like,
They don't have time to pay attention to me right now.
No, they don't, but what they do is as soon as that happens and it lights up, as the lieutenant was calling out, you see them pull out bows and arrows and just start sending off a volley of arrows in all directions.
probably do more
My two
damage than my
friends
bow
better
did,
not hit
even
me.
with Hunter's Mark.
So, starting
terrible
here.
roll.
1 and a 2.
Oh man.
What is the point of having all these damage dice if you can't even roll any good scores?
Maybe you should go back to your other dice.
Borrow my dice, please.
Your dice are like
If you heal Jinx,
super
he'll just jinx
unlucky.
yours.
Ooh, no.
Oh, I'm also. If I attack one that's damaged, I'll get an extra 8 set. I can
Yours
roll one on.
yours are DNA coded to roll good if the person with the right DNA touches them.
The wrong person
Wrong
touches
person
it,
is-
the hands explode.
The dice just turn to all ones. And with 1, 2 on there, so that you have a chance to not roll a critical.
You wouldn't want him touching now, I'll tell you that much. You can roll like 1s and 2s.
Ooh, Christmas. Be glad you're not fighting the soldiers.
How many crits did I get?
That's 2 misses in a row now.
Surely Gurn and Reggie
Go
will
come
reckon
each
them.
No, my 2 are better.
Reggie's probably laying on the ground.
Gurn and Reggie are busy hitting.
Okay.
They like knock 5 arrows at a time.
No, wait. Reggie or whichever
They
one
find
of
some
you...
steps to slide on a shield down and
Tom, whichever one of your friends
I'm, like,
that probably
shooting
got
my
hit is
arrows
probably whimpering on the ground how
that's what I
about the
said.
pain.
Reggie.
No, they're doing okay.
My
No,
jaw
he's
drops as
probably
I
not
watch
okay.
Reggie shoot 5 arrows at the
I
same
ain't
time.
got time to bleed.
Governor of Minnesota. Let's get that. Whoops. Math.
It is hard.
the soldiers finish
Yeah.
off all the rest of them.
I wish.
I don't wish. I want to hit something.
Why
He just
didn't
runs
you
up.
rage?
I don't rage on these guys are weak.
Didn't
There's no
stop me
reason
before.
not to use it.
I mean, no, I can't show these guys my
Skeletons
ability.
have a rage.
Okay, so as the soldiers go, arrows mostly find their marks. Two of them drop, one that was injured, one that wasn't. And 3 more are injured, one of them barely up.
Or is
So-
the guy that I'm going to injured?
Yes.
Is,
Hold on a second.
my guys are so
What's
good at
sad is that
shooting.
these guys dropped them, and I couldn't drop them with like multiple.
Well,
They're
an
kinda
injured one
snickering at
dropped, and the other one wasn't injured.
They
but-
killed the one that I injured.
Let's see. Yes.
I did 7
That
damage.
you
You didn't-
injured. I mean,
Yes.
it's more of like a
Yes.
scratch.
That's the one that's the injured one that dropped, and then there was another uninjured one. And so the ones
That
that
ranger, huh?
the ones that remain are the one that you were heading to over there
Uh-huh.
remains, and then there's 2 kind of right here that remain.
Right over here.
Yeah, a little closer. But
All right,
yeah.
whose turn?
Yeah.
That means I'm gonna be able to hit one probably. Let's go.
It is their turn actually,
Oh,
Come on, shoot me with an arrow.
and
I don't
with
want
your
you to
best
get the
shot.
final one.
I dropped my armor class for this guy.
yeah. Quick double check.
So he can try to hit you.
Yeah, they turn tail and run.
No, they do
Well,
not.
obviously I can catch him.
Yep. So
good luck getting away out of
Wait, if
my
one of them runs in this one,
without trying to map that out, essentially, the 2 here run 30 feet that way, 60. They're dashing, and that one does the same thing that way. They just scatter. They see what's going on. The light has thrown them for a loop, and they've seen their companions fall most of them fall, and they are out of there. So the 3 of them use their movement and action to just hightail it. So that's 60 feet away from where they are.
Wait,
right
weren't
now.
you in range of this one? Because then
I wasn't in range. I don't know how far away I was from him though.
Your
No.
dashing distance is 90 feet, though.
Is that an action to dash?
Yeah.
Well, but I have a key point I could spend.
I mean, if you wanted to do that, you can get to him. It's because of your speed. You could get to yours. At this point, you guys would not be able to catch yours because your movement matches theirs, and you already weren't to them.
You could maybe
So-
throw if we run 30, then it'd be long range.
Well,
for
you
them.
don't know either. But what's going to
Is he out
happen?
of range?
You
Doesn't he have
are
light?
you are aware that all these soldiers have horses. So, you know,
I'm gonna call over my horse.
I mean, you can do that if you want. You would be able to. If you went and got on your horse, you would eventually be able to catch, as long as you have a light
These things
source.
have a bounce.
The problem is, the further it moves
bounce.
out of the light source, the harder it's going to be to track for you.
By the way, the torch is like right here, right? It's like right here.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab my torch and start running after them. Is that a good idea?
Well, it's
though?
not your turn.
That's a bunch of crap.
It's not your turn.
Whose
It's
turn is
Nyx's turn.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You can't do
Can't
anything.
reach
Yeah,
anything.
I can't reach
Yeah,
anything.
there's little you can do other than you could give someone bardic inspiration if you wanted to, but from what you can see right now, the battle is mostly over, depending on whether anybody's going to give chase.
I'm tempted to give chase to that one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna make
They
it
were
come
like
back.
just over here and they moved 60, right?
Yep. So, Nyx, you're just kind of staying put.
I'm
Thaèndrys,
going
you're
back
up.
to the campfire.
You've moved to the campfire. That's fine. Go ahead and move up that way.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Thaèndrys, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna go. What's the ruling on spells that are cast as bonus actions? Does that mean I can't cast a spell? If the
If
the
it
spell
ca-
is specified as a bonus action.
One of them has to be a cantrip. You cannot cast 2 leveled spells in the same.
Even if
Turn.
one's like not technically like a spell, it's just like my once a day thing.
What is it?
Misty Step.
Doesn't use a spell slot.
Casting time is one bonus action. And I have that as the special ability for the feat.
Does it use a spell slot when you use
No.
it? Okay, so for now, temporarily, I'll say I'll allow it. If I find out through a little research after the fact that I shouldn't have allowed it, then we're not going to retcon anything. We'll just going forward we won't. But since it's an ability,
It says
It doesn't-
like I can cast it as a spell slot, but in the wording of this thing, it's like a once a day doesn't count as a spell slot when you use it. You get it back after a long rest.
yeah. If you're using it that way, for now, my ruling is you can do that
Okay.
as a bonus action and still cast a level.
Okay, so then I'll go 30, then 30 with the 30 more with the teleport, and then chromatic orb.
Bringing the light with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
chromatic orb split.
Okay.
Finally, you can do stuff.
That's 17.
Hits. Is there any-
Actually, does so actually I guess I do have one more plus because I have the magic wand as well. I just remembered too, so it's actually
Okay.
more than that.
Yeah, it hits. And this is. Does
Are you
this
doubling
use,
it?
Does this? Yeah. Does this use all your sorcery points that you have for the day after that rest, or is that?
No, I have 4 sorcerer points.
Okay.
It costs 1 point to twin a level 1 spell.
Gotcha.
So I'm down half of my sorcery points. Okay, so for the first one, 15.
Dead.
23. That's almost max damage.
Only one of them
Nice.
was an 8.
Did you have to roll a hit still on that one though?
I roll once. Oh no, I do have to roll. You're right. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
15.
Hit. And dead.
Good thing you didn't have to use his luck point.
Okay.
You and your
Well,
luck
can
point.
I use this inspiration after the fact anyway, or not? Does it have to be used before? I can't remember. No, I'm not using it. Obviously, I'm not using
After
it.
you roll before you know if it hits.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the way to think about it.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so that leaves. Let's see. That was you. That leaves Farryn left, and only one remaining running that way.
Which I probably can't see, or dim light on it maybe? From the moon?
No, not at 60 feet. There's no dim light on it. So he has moved this. Well, hold on now. Show me 60 feet towards.
This
towards Taèlios.
This right here.
No.
Towards.
From the drift globe, 60 feet towards Taèlios. Show me 60 feet.
Towards him.
It's gonna be right here.
I'm literally right on the edge of this, so it's gonna be right to the edge of this circle.
So there's
up
going to be
here.
60 feet of day.
This is gonna be 60
dim
feet,
light.
so it's gonna
Okay.
be 60 feet more. So he should be just outside.
Which way did he run?
Because-
Yeah, he would be just outside of it. That way. Straight that way. He would be just outside of it. Outside of dim light, even.
Outside of dim light?
No. Yeah. I didn't quite hear what you said, I don't think, but let me make it clear. The hobgoblin is beyond the dim light of the fire.
Well, I guess technically I'm actually probably further this way because I don't have room to like 30 more. But,
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
farther than that. It wouldn't be. The other end of the 60 would probably be somewhere up in here.
Yep.
What am I supposed to do? There's no light.
Can't do anything.
You can warm
Is there
up.
no moon out tonight?
Mars is bright tonight.
I can tell you what's out tonight.
If the moon's out, there's no way I can't not see him.
Oh, there's a way. Actually, last night was the new moon,
Oh,
which means
snap.
it's very dark.
Of course it was.
There's a sliver of moonlight that just
Tonight
shines
is
right
Transformers
on
Dark of the Moon.
And you all just see, by the way, another thing you see through all this is Morzza just surrounded with glowing light right now.
Too bad he can't barely use it.
Morzza? Oh. From a spell.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Didn't even get to use it.
So I'm going to toss this down. Just don't look at it if he doesn't want you to see it.
It's a word.
What is it?
No.
I mean,
It's level 1.
I think it started with a G. I'm not gonna lie. It was a G or an R.
The lieutenant at this point is shouting to his men to let it go.
I asked
Stand
him if they wanna
down.
Build a snowman.
Stand down. Nice.
Because it's snowing. I'm not chasing because I can't do anything.
Yeah. Now he tells them to stand down. He sees what has happened. As far as you know, and he knows there's only the one that remains and is gone.
Kill it. No
How in
survivors
awe are
left.
they of me wrecking the 4 of them?
Yeah.
We gotta book
Yeah,
it because
he-
we don't have much
he-
time to get to the town and buy stuff.
I know. Are you staying in later tonight with everybody here?
No.
Okay.
And if we still have to do our thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's telling them to stand down. He sees he's got injured men. He wants to tend to them and he's not worried about one hobgoblin that has taken off into the night.
I'm worried
We're
about
good.
that hobgoblin.
Okay.
When's it my turn?
It can be your turn now.
Can I chase him down and hit him? What do I have to do to do that?
Well, you have the movement to dash
Yeah.
him and get to him.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to do that,
I just
then
don't know how dashing works. Is dash an action?
It's
it
another
is.
action to use.
It's
to your
no,
full
it's,
movement.
it's yes. Dash is an action where you basically use your movement as your action. So
You
as
use
another
your-
action,
no,
so
you
you
use
get your
your
movement. Yeah, you
attack.
get your movement, and then you get your movement again, and that's your action. So you have your movement, and then dash is your action, but you move. It's basically the equivalent of your movement. So your movement is what, 45?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can move 90 on your dash.
Do I have to catch it? How far away is he?
Well, at this point, he moved 60, so he's probably about 75 from you. Which means you catch up to him, but you don't have an attack.
He has a bonus action he can use.
Well, I could use a key point and do
Ooh.
flurry of blows. Wait, I have to do an
You have to be able to
action.
do an attack action. But what will eventually happen, as he moves 60 and you move 90, is you will be able to move and attack. And I'll just allow that if you want to do that right now. It would take a few turns, but you'll get there.
You're chasing him eventually.
Basically, you're catching up with him, and then
Yeah.
he keeps running the full distance, and then you catch
If
up.
you catch up with them, then too you'll get an attack of
Just finish it out.
opportunity. You get an attack of
Do you want me to?
Yeah, get it
Tom.
done. Just-
You're already on the run, and you can tell you're gaining on him.
Tom. By the way,
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Within a few seconds, you know, like
By the way,
18 seconds.
also, when you
You'll
get
have him.
when you
Okay.
get on him,
Go ahead.
then
Attack. And I'm not going to make you roll a disadvantage either in dim light because you can see. I mean, you're seeing as dim light, but you're tailing him. You're right on him. It's not hard to.
But I don't have advantage on my attack.
You don't have advantage, but you also don't have disadvantage, which
Okay.
you might have otherwise.
I'll use a luck point and roll
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
point
Ooh,
come
that's
in
close.
clutch.
26.
Hits.
20. Oh yeah, 26.
Roll one.
Yeah. That's a 6.
That finishes him off. He was already injured.
I want to slap him while he's down.
You do. Okay, hand me those dice.
By the way, I grabbed my magical hand axe.
All right, we really need to speed this up a lot, so we're gonna loot their bodies,
Are those
and then we're gonna go
guys
back to the
fine?
watch and whatever healing and all that, and just
We're not gonna.
all that in a go.
I guess we do have some time.
So
we
I
have
grabbed
some
my,
time, but we just need
There's
to
a-
speed it up.
They were part of the bounties, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
there
want
is
to
a-
drag the body back so we can take whatever
Just
we
leave
need
it for
to
now.
do
Leave all
that.
that stuff for now.
And how's Gurdon doing? No wait,
Rich.
Reggie. How's Reggie doing? Is he okay? Does he need my?
Immediate
we're
attention.
not giving a potion.
Your heal?
Reggie's injured. Polton is injured.
But do they have health potions?
Turk is injured. You see them, a few of them pulling out. They don't each have one, but they have a couple in the midst. The lieutenant refuses one, though he's injured.
Can I ask them if they need anything? If I can help?
They would accept it if you
I'm
want
just
it.
gonna use my I'm gonna tell them not to use their potions. I'm gonna use my lay on hands.
Okay. What does that do? How much? I mean.
I have 20. How much are they each injured?
You can distribute it between all
Yeah.
of them.
Well, it would take more than that to heal up everyone. You've got 5 of them injured right now.
I can help. I guess.
Wait a second. Are 5 of them injured and none of them are my guys?
Let's just say between what you can do and the healing they would get from a rest here, well, they won't actually complete a long rest now because they were all.
Okay, here's what. He's got his healing.
Yeah.
She's using a spell to heal.
Okay, you mark them off. You can roll if you want, but we'll just say you get. Tell me how many points you're going to distribute.
Well, I have 20, but I am also down 9, so I don't know. I guess I'll have to use the spell myself.
Just tell me how many points you're going to give to them, and I'll apply them.
I'll use all 20 on them, I guess.
All 20. Okay. Full health here.
Is that Reggie?
Full health here.
Make sure Reggie's full, because that's the one we care about.
I'll make sure he's full. If he's not
5
full.
there. 6,
We're
11.
not using a potion on Reggie.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. He's
I like
not.
Reggie.
He's not important. With
Potions are like nothing.
potions are not important. We could use them on my 2 people.
With his 20 points, Turk, Polton, and Reggie are all full health, and that's all your 20 points. That leaves Crenshaw and the lieutenant.
I healed the lieutenant.
Okay?
Poor Crenshaw.
That's what he gets for being a jerk.
The lieutenant gives Crenshaw the potions that they have. Then, if you're in that, so what?
I
Tell
told
me
him
how
stop.
many you heal the.
Wait, don't give it to him.
Well, my higher one can do 1d8 of healing. If I roll.
Crenshaw's all healed up from 1 potion.
If I
Do it.
roll the highest.
Roll 1d8.
Just do it.
This is
Yes, it's a D8.
so 6.
6. Okay.
Are there no bonuses to that
He's
one?
close to full health. Not quite there, but close.
You
By the way,
you
I
about
suddenly
that,
remembered
or
I
should
picked
there
up
be
my
an
hand
extra,
axe. My
spellcast
magical hand
ability?
axe.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have gone far anyway.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though I missed- that's fine.
Ability mod for this
Yeah.
spell.
So add your
Its
bit.
points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcast modifier.
Which is
Okay.
plus 4,
So you got 10.
Plus
not
4?
6.
So 4 more on top of that.
which
He's
is
full-
significant.
Full health.
Where's my spellcast modifier?
It's your
It's
charisma.
Charisma modifier.
Oh, okay. Plus 4, I guess.
No, you
What is that?
Alright.
Okay, they're all full health. They're very appreciative, and the lieutenant approaches you. So he's walking up towards you, staying just covered, or are you
Yeah.
doing anything else?
I
Okay.
won't have the spell on me right now.
Okay.
Because I would just finish that one, so.
He walks up to you and he says, "That light of yours might have just saved all our lives." And he
No.
just-
Debatable.
No.
well, you couldn't see him, and they were firing arrows into you.
I'll-
And all of a sudden,
I'll pull my foot off and say that I appreciate his thanks. That I was just doing my job. Just show him that I'm a drow.
No!
What?
you do.
Roll
Yeah.
initiative.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. Wasn't anticipating this.
I was basically just waiting for a time where he was like, where they were like trusted what I was doing, so it could be like the actions speak over what everyone knows about Drow.
Okay. He rolling initiative down there.
Are you gonna roll too, or what?
Yeah.
I got it.
So this is around the other soldiers that are there too. Do you know that?
I'll walk up
because
there.
this is around the campfire. You were close to the campfire there, and he
Yeah,
just
that's
walks
fine.
up to you there. Okay, you still do that? It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know the situation.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay. You see the lieutenant put his hand to his sword. You hear swords being drawn. So what you see, and not all of them, but a few, you know a few have noticed, and you can see that they're drawn. You see the shock. You see it in the lieutenant's eyes too, but you see...
Hesitancy.
Well, it's not so much hesitancy as you see a discipline in him that you don't see in the soldiers who are just reacting. He's reacting too, but there's more going on upstairs. There's more processing.
I see them do this. I grab the lieutenant's shoulder and say, "Hold. He's a friend."
I
Get
told
your
him
brother hands on me.
he might not be a friend.
He feels uncomfortable. Okay, you looking him, so you see his grip loosen a little bit on his sword, but he keeps it on the hilt. And he says, "Well, at least I understand why you've been behaving the way you've been behaving. You want to explain yourself?"
Yeah, and I can explain in short detail like how I came to be, how I came to leave the Drow, and that the reason I did that is because I knew that this was the reaction from people to Drow. So until I could do something that would prove I was trustworthy, I wasn't going to reveal who it was. And that I hope that the actions tonight will speak louder than their knowledge of the Drow.
And my looks.
Okay, so he takes his hand off the hilt of his sword. He looks around at all of you. He sees, you've did what you just said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he knows that the rest of you, you're all a group together. He looks at his men and he says, "Stand down. Stand down. This is going to be for the king to decide." And so he calls everyone to order, tells everyone to settle in. The night's not over. We ride tomorrow yet again. And so
We ride tomorrow. We ride now.
they're not willing to ride right now. They're gonna ride at daylight. They're gonna rise. He says they're gonna rise early, and they're gonna get up early, and they're gonna take off earlier than before. But they are going to ride tomorrow.
All right.
We
Surely
still have 4 hours of watch?
Yeah.
Because that happened in the second watch, right?
Yes.
Surely we don't need to roll again. If
Do
we
I-
get attacked,
The rest of the night goes uneventfully.
And I I got a full 4 hours.
They
right?
now
So that's my
have.
long rest.
They now have.
rest the last 4 hours probably.
Why would I
4
have to?
men are on watch right
You
now.
got interrupted.
You were on the first spot.
Oh, that's true. So I rest the last 4 hours to get my full.
Okay.
Is my guy pretty
All
good?
your
That's probably like
points
the
back.
last hour.
That
My
is
guy's
a
probably
good
got like
move.
7 hours of sleep, which is
Good
pretty
ball
good,
that
right?
stops and you didn't-
Each shift is like 4 hours, right? So then my guy probably got like that was
You weren't on watch. This didn't take very long,
yeah.
right? So
We're on last watch.
the battle didn't take very long. So yeah, ultimately it wouldn't have really necessarily interfered with anyone's long rest. You could still recoup those, adrenaline's still up. It's not like you get up, fight, go to sleep, but
How would that work for me? Like, because I was thinking about using one of my stuff for doing a short rest here to get some HP back since I would hit. Would I get that back can I use the trance again for 4 more hours, or is it just after 4 hours I'm just awake like after a normal 8 hours?
I will just call it for the sake of this that the application of the rest is at dawn, essentially. So if you wanted to use them now, you could do
I'll see
that
what else
and
is good.
recover.
Our
Okay.
orb
So
refreshes at dawn.
Okay, and then don't
The
you
almighty orb.
when you heal, is it just the number you roll, or is there
powerful
bonuses to
than we
it?
know.
Constitution, isn't it?
for
Is
for,
this the
s-
For a short rest.
Plus Constitution.
Right, for hit dice, you
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, plus con.
Plus Constitution.
Yeah, I think
Okay, I'm back to full one.
I guess I'll use mine. I guess I'll use on mine too. I didn't heal up at all.
I didn't get hit.
But I'm assuming like the
Well,
spell slots, I
it's
can't
ten,
I can't
yeah.
put those back. I'll need another day before I can
Oh, I just saw the 0.
That's my fault.
You just lost HP.
Alright, I'm maxed now.
Alright, let's make this ride quick.
Okay. All right.
I ride with the lieutenant again.
Do I
When
get?
you
I
get
so
on this
no
horse,
stealth
it's
slots back,
so-
right?
We're friends.
I'll refrain from using the. I'm not going to use the illusion spell again until we
You
get
can walk
to the
faster
city.
than this horse.
But I'll still have the cowl up.
We have an important question. Are my buddies in the group of further up or with us?
These are irrelevant questions
Doesn't
right
matter.
now. Irrelevant
Matter.
questions right now.
If they are, I talk to my guys.
All right. You're off. You're traveling at about after what would be kind of the equivalent of the first march. The lieutenant sends 2 men to ride ahead rapidly, and he tells them to get to the city, find the captain, tell him when they're about to, tell him about what time they'll be arriving, which would be mid-afternoon-ish, and to meet him at the north gate. Okay, he says don't say a word about anything. Just tell him it's important that he meets him at the north gate. And so they take off at a gallop and ride way ahead of you guys, and you lose sight almost instantly. The day goes uneventfully. About early in the afternoon, early to mid, you crest one of the rolling hills, and the river has come in sight now as you've been traveling. And as you crest the hill, looking down on the valley, now kind of to the southwest as you're traveling, you see the city now from a vantage point that I don't think any of you had seen it before, because you all came either from the west, east, or south. And now you're seeing the city kind of from the north side, and the palace is what you see more than anything else, because the city rises up a hill to the north. You see the palace and then the walls of the city surrounding it, but the palace is standing out right now in the sun, hitting it from, well, it's mostly above right now at this time of day, a little bit to the west. And lighting up the white stone walls of it, or the silvery white stone walls of it. And you travel to the north gate, and the lieutenant dismounts and walks up toward a patrol or a squadron or whatever that's waiting there at the gate. One man rides forward. You can tell that he's the leader of this group. He looks more regally adorned than the lieutenant does, and you assume that this is the captain.
I thought lieutenants are above captains.
Nope.
Oh no.
Not here. I don't think so.
Also, what did we
I
say
don't
I
think so.
was? Was I a lieutenant, or was I anything like that?
I don't remember. Did we write it on your sheet?
No.
Wow.
I think I was. I wasn't just like a
Private.
normal guy though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wasn't a normal
I don't
guy.
remember.
I wasn't just some dude in the
Yeah,
army.
you're a Dragonborn. That isn't.
How are you? You're now, as you approach the city, you're appearing human?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so he says, he comes back to you after talking with him, and he says, for now, this is where we part ways. The captain is going to take you to the castle, to the palace, and you'll be able to tell the king your story. I don't know what any of this means, but I will say this. I hope our paths cross again. And as his patrol kind of parts ways, and you see a look of respect among them now, even from Crenshaw. And as
Yeah, buddy.
as you kind of are handed off to the captain and the troops who are with him, and they start marching you through the city, you are very close to the palace here from the north gate, so they actually don't have to march you very far. And they take you through a part of the city that none of you have been in yet, and it is easy to tell that this is a wealthy portion of the city. It's a part of the city that's built into the hill that the palace sits on, and kind of encircles it part of the way. The military district kind of butts up close to the castle, and then this area surrounds the castle as well. The palace, either way. But everything here looks wealthy and fine. This looks like kind of the upper crust portion of the city. And they march you through a couple main streets of the city and toward a gateway
You want to
into...
turn off the fire, by the way?
No, I don't.
We're
The
still
city's on fire!
I've had enough of the bugs.
I think the bugs have been delightful, if you ask me.
Do you like eating bugs or something?
We don't.
All right, what shall be... Here. Actually, hold on a second. Turn that off. And that. They bring you up to gates of the castle itself is walled. The wall around the city partially goes around the north and east side of the castle, but then there's another wall that extends off of that and surrounds the rest of the castle. They march you up to the gates. They bring you through the gates. The captain orders that they be opened. They do. You ride through, and you march up a really fine kind of cobblestone lane that leads up to the palace. And as you do, you have a chance to kind of take in what you're seeing at the palace. You've not been this close. By the way, as you entered the gate, you did see off to the right, to your right as you're entering, there's an area where there are really tall, almost tower-like buildings within a smaller gate around the palace, or just on the south side of the palace, that just kind of stand out as different looking buildings, and you just make mental note of that these don't look like everything else. Everything looks wealthy,
What color
including
are
those. Different stone
How many
colors.
are there?
Hard to tell, because the ones closest to you partially block the view of what's behind them from your angle. But several. Several you can't see for sure. You would guess?
Yeah.
No. You would guess anywhere from maybe 7 to 11 or so, just from what you see. But it's hard to tell because you're kind of being brought quickly to the palace.
That's not 3.
And it's not 3. And as you come up to the big double doors on the front of the palace, you see actually above the doors at the up maybe 25 or so feet, it looks like there's maybe an outdoor garden or something. There's a hedge area around it. You see a courtyard off to the side. You see a tree over by the courtyard, the likes of which you've never seen
Is it a
before.
white tree? And is it dead?
It is a white tree, and it's not dead.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a white tree, but the trunk of it is probably 15-20 feet across, but there's no branches up this tree. It's all trunk, almost like a pillar. It tapers just barely as it goes up, and at the top it has this canopy of kind of crooked branches and foliage, which of course you've never seen either. You've never seen a tree like this.
Never seen foliage before?
You've never seen foliage ever.
I think we know what time
I'm a
it's time to
ranger.
roll
Of
into
all the
tree.
trees you've seen, you've never seen one like this, and it stands out as part of like close to a kind of a garden courtyard just beyond it. But there's barely any time to see all this. There's fruit trees
This is
off to the
green.
side, and you are brought into an entryway into the palace. The at the end of this entryway, there are some smaller rooms there, and there's guards all over this room, and you're told to leave your weapons in these smaller rooms.
Okay.
You're gonna deprive an old man of a stick?
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to make a comment. I told you to take his stuff. Yeah.
They want all of your weapons, assuring you will get them back, but they are not going to allow you into to see the king
Yeah.
with your weapons.
Do I have to cut off my hands?
No, you do not.
Alright, we'll give him our weapons.
Okay. One other thing that you noticed in passing as you came through the city, there's a bit of an uproar. You don't know don't know what to make of it, but the city is alive in a way that
Like tension. It feels like there's tension in the air a little bit.
it feels like release of tension.
Oh.
It feels like almost celebratory.
How did they even know we killed all these things?
Yeah, I didn't tell him.
I look at Taèlios.
As you've been doing this, the guards that are with you, the captain departs, and leaves through another set of doors to the side of this entry chamber. And he's gone for a little bit, and then he comes back, and he announces that the king will see you. And he looks you over, and he's looking at you very carefully. And he looks each of you in the eyes, and he kind of,
I say hi.
This is the captain?
mm-hmm.
I know what he's looking for.
Yeah, I do too.
I say these are not the doors you're looking for.
And he gestures to the guards who reopen the doors that he just came through. And this escort of guards leads you through a long, wide corridor. And about halfway down this corridor that is...
Surely you have a picture of a hallway here somewhere.
Well, it's not that. It's as you walk through this, it's about 40 feet wide and twice as long, and with big windows on the south side, which you see as you walk through it, look out on the courtyard that you were just looking at, beyond which is this tree that I described, fountain, and some seating out around the courtyard. And there's a massive set of double doors opposite the windows in this hallway. And as you arrive at those, the guards are instructed to open them up, which they do, and you hear them creaking on their hinges. And as they open, you see before you a very large throne room. Looks to be about 50 feet wide, 40 feet deep. 4 massive round pillars support a ceiling that looks like it's about 25 feet high. Opposite the door, the doors that have just opened, you see a large dais with a throne of wood and gold in the middle of it. To the side of it, on the dais, but at lower levels of the dais, there's 2 other thrones, as it were, very fancy chairs seated there, 10 feet to either side of the central throne. The wall behind the throne has large crystalline windows set into it, high above the throne. And you see a single door on the wall to your right, and two doors on the wall to your left. This all you take in just as the doors open, and the guards usher you through. The captain, by the way, has exited at this point and handed you off to a host of guards. And as you're brought into the room that you've taken all this in, as you enter, you see guards throughout this room, stationed in various places around the room. You count maybe 10 or so, in addition to the ones who are escorting you, which is probably another 10. Mostly human, it looks like, maybe, but there is one dwarf, you can tell for sure. On one of the small thrones sits an old human man, mostly bald, with a long white beard and very plain but very nice looking white and gray robes. He holds a long staff in his hand, just kind of resting it to the side. On the other small throne, you see another man, half-elven by the looks of him, with light brown hair worn in a ponytail and wearing green wizard's robes. And you recognize him from the night that you all met. He was one of the 4 who took the stage before the halfling came up and announced the king, right before his speech. In front of the dais, standing on the floor level, is one of the guards that you've already noted, and another figure that you recognize, the gold Dragonborn woman, who was also on the stage the night of the king's speech about 3 weeks ago. You see that they're all standing essentially at attention. She's in chain armor, worn beneath blue and silver cloak and tunic, and her hand is resting on the hilt of her longsword, which is sheathed. Seated on the central throne, you recognize King Darian, dressed in very regal-looking pants and tunic with a rich robe hanging across his shoulders, draping behind him as well the color of the wild roses of Beauregard. All this you see as you are ushered through the double doors and into the throne room. And as you enter the room, you hear this kind of arcane, almost electrical sound. Zzz, and you almost feel it passing through you as well. And as this happens, the whole room stands to attention. Swords are drawn. The one to the king's right, who is wearing the wizard robes, stands up and looks to be readying a spell. The one,
Yeah,
the one to his left doesn't do much, but looks
Dispel magic.
suddenly interested in what's going on. The Dragonborn has drawn her sword, and the whole room now is filled with this tension.
I draw my fist.
Dispel your freaking magic.
King Darian seems, in light of all that's going on, surprisingly calm and mostly unaffected. And he just looks up and looks at you and says, "Explain yourselves, especially you, Drow." And is that where we should stop for the night, or do you want to?
Yeah. I want to go shop real quick.
Yeah,
This is the only thing I wanted to do this session, and we didn't even get to do any of it.
All right. All right, well, you finally made it back to Elestria. You have made it into the king's presence. Along the way, you definitely earned the trust and respect of the soldiers who were with you. Now it looks like you're going to have to earn the trust and respect of the king and
Where's
those
Reggie when you need him?
in this room.
Reggie will vouch for us.
So, all right. Very good. Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to all of you. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next time. Boy, I think we might be able to play almost weekly now. So that will be good. These should be coming out more regularly. We'll see. We'll see. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you, Sirenscape, for your great music and sound effects. Thank you, for crying out loud, Wizards of the Coast, for Dungeons & Dragons. We love playing it, and we hope to see you next time that we play. Until then, have a great day, have a great night, whatever time it is where you are, and we will see you next time. Bye.